And college football is back here in 2016 on CBS Sports Network. Tonight, Geico proudly presents our season opener in Conference USA, the Owls of Rice and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. And we get it underway here tonight on CBS Sports Network. Alongside my broadcast partner for the second straight year, Jay Feely. My name is Ben Holden. Jay, I'd say it's about time.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on, indeed. And this is a big game, obviously, the season opener for these teams. But, Jay, this is the conference opener for these two teams as well.
Absolutely. Western Kentucky coming off of the greatest season in school history. Defending Conference USA champions, undefeated in conference, trying to build upon that success. Rice, a disappointing season. They'd won 3 straight bowl games, slipped to 5-7 last year, trying to rebound and fix the problems that they had.
Well, Jeff Brom's guys authored one of the best seasons in the history of this program last year. The Hilltoppers won 12 games. They finished ranked in the top 25. They won Conference USA. They were 8-0 in the regular season, won the conference title game. They come in winners of 12 straight games in conference play, won a bowl game for the 4th time in school history. And Brandon Doughty, Jay, he absolutely shredded the record books. He's gone, and now Mike White's got the keys.
Doughty down in Miami playing for the Dolphins, but Mike White started for 2 years at USF, transferred, sat out last year behind Doughty for tonight, for this opportunity right here. He's got an opportunity to step into this position and to make this his team. And it's a team that's loaded with playmakers, Ben. An offensive line that comes back, second most experienced line in the country, 2 really good running backs, and a playmaker at his receiver position in Taywan Taylor that he can trust in and rely on, and he's going to go to him often.
Well, we shift our attention now to the Owls of Rice. They call Houston home, do the Owls, and they've got changes you're going to tell us about to their team as well, but one constant they have is Derek Dillard in the backfield.
Going to an up-tempo offense, starting a quarterback as well in his first start, but who do you rely on? Your running back, Derek Dillard, over 1,700 yards, 23 touchdowns in his career, the guy that you want to go to, a consistent person who always does the right thing.
David Bailiff in his 10th year, there he is in the white ball cap trying to hide on us there, but he told us last year left a bad taste in their mouth. They want to come out strong here in this opening night matchup against Jeff Brom's guys. Brom has had an incredible start to his career. He's won 20 games now. He's in his 3rd season. His offense is high octane, and they really like to get after it offensively. For more on the matchup and more on that, 3rd member of our team, down on the field, John Schriffen.
Well, Ben, thank you so much. You know, this new offense here is high-powered because they got a new addition at quarterbacks coach, Brian Brom. He will also be the new co-offensive coordinator. Now, Brian Brom sounds familiar. That's because he is the younger brother of Jeff. He is also the former quarterback in the NFL and at Louisville. Now, Brian told me this will be the first time he will be in the booth to watch a game. He will be up there trying to help call the plays. He also will be in constant communication with his new quarterback, Mike White. Now, Brian told me because of the system he ran under in Louisville, he's very familiar with this offense here at Western Kentucky. Gave him a head start getting his quarterback up to speed. He thinks Mike White is ready and will have a big season. Ben?
Thank you, John. So getting closer to kickoff, there is White on the bench. In our Allegra weather here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, 78 degrees. Light wind forecast is for clear skies here tonight, Jay. And Western Kentucky, those fancy chrome helmets they've got there in the red uniforms, the black pants. Rice going all white here tonight. And a very good turnout here, the opening night in college football here on CBS Sports Network. And we're thrilled to have you with us here. And Rice will get the football first here.
You're going to see a lot of kickers tonight, Ben, for Western Kentucky. Alex Ranella, he's going to be kicking off. He's got a strong leg. A position they struggled with last year, kickoff coverage. We'll see if they fix those problems.
Handful of guys they use in that kicking position, and the guy that will put his foot into it for Western Kentucky and the season underway. And Rice will take a knee. They'll have it first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Take a look at our Chick-fil-A starting lineups for the Owls of Rice. Indeed, you want to finish strong. They certainly want to start strong and finish strong. Tyler Stelling, the hair flowing out of the back of the helmet, gets the start here, his first career start.
They call him the Red Rifle. He's got a strong arm. His first start got experience last year against Western Kentucky.
So the first play of 2016 from scrimmage for the Owls of Rice. Send 4 out to the near side. Pass goes far side, though a short gain. Second down upcoming. Zach Wright on the catch. Chick-fil-A lineups for the Owls of Rice. Anderson, Patterson, Martin, Godber's a good one, and Pearson. Dillard, German, Pollard, Wright, and Sella. He's a very good one. Here's the change, Jay, you talked about. They're going to go up tempo. They're going to go fast. It'll be a 3rd and 2 upcoming as Tanner Reeves made the tackle.
A change that David Bayless said they went down to Texas Tech with Cliff Kingsbury, wanted to put this in, felt they needed to make this change.
And they're going to try to get this on the left side, and they do. They pick up the first down on the run by Sam Stewart. There's a flag on the play, and our referee is Rodney Burnett tonight.
Number 66, 10-yard penalty.
So that'll back him up. Calvin Anderson, he's the guilty party there on the penalty.
It's your left tackle out here. He tried to bounce it around the corner. He just got to know to let go.
So it's going to be a 3rd and long now. They'll need 12 from the 23-yard line. Bunched up to the bottom of the screen. Stelling's going to fling it out that way. Catch is made in space, but Western Kentucky, they get to the ball in a hurry. And it'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for Rice.
You're going to see a lot of zone from Western Kentucky tonight. Nick Holt, he wants to keep everything in front of him, come up, rally to the ball, make sure tackles. That's exactly what Nick Holt wants to see. Got to be really happy with his defense on this first series.
Jack Fox is on to punt. Jay, he is built like a tight end.
He's a big guy, 6'2", 220.
He's a big young lad, and Western Kentucky, new special teams coach this year. And the snap goes over the head of Fox, and it goes into the back of the end zone. And the Hilltoppers are on the board here first. It's a safety and a 2-0 lead for Western Kentucky.
Blaine Badgett, one of their defensive linemen who snaps for them as well. Big mistake coming up. Snaps it over the head of his punter. No chance for Jack to do anything with that ball. Ends up in a safety. Western Kentucky gets the first points on a safety, Ben.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Icy Hot Smart Relief TENS Therapy. Turn off pain. And by Verizon. Join a better network, because better matters.
That is 350 Corvette Drive. I'm surprised we haven't been there in the couple times you and I've been here and checked out some of those fancy vets. So a 2-0 lead for Western Kentucky on the safety as the snap went over the head of Jack Fox.
Nothing he could do. You just want to make sure that it goes out of the back of the end zone and you don't give up a touchdown there. Blaine Badgett, the defensive lineman who also snaps, first safety allowed. You see it right there.
Yeah.
Since 2011. He's just got to get over that, understanding it's a long game. You made a mistake, move forward.
And for Western Kentucky, their first safety recorded since 2013 against Navy. And it's the first one they've recorded under their current head coach, Jeff Brom. We visited with Brom. We visit with all the staffs each week on our games. And these two staffs, for the three of us, you, me, and John, head and shoulders, man. They're all just good guys and very honest, very truthful about their teams.
Just awesome to be around. Learned so much being around each one of them. Very open, the kind of guys you want to spend time with.
So Rice boots it away. Towner's an outstanding return man. He's got a hole. He's over midfield. He's still going inside of Rice territory. Corbett made the tackle. Could have saved the touchdown on Towner.
Great job coming forward and catching the ball as you're moving forward. Perfect. Create a wall, hit the seam with authority. Great job by Towner. Everything he did there was perfect, Ben. You want to catch the ball moving forward. He did that. You want to secure the ball. Then you see where the seam is and then hit it with acceleration is exactly what he did. A big return for Western Kentucky starting off in Rice field position.
So here's Mike White, the redshirt junior out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. His first snap here at Western Kentucky, and it's on the ground, Jay. They'll get a minimal gain of about a yard, maybe a little over a yard. And the tackle made by Preston Gordon. Chick-fil-A lineups for Western Kentucky. The guy we've talked about right there, Mike White. He's the starter out of the shotgun. They're going to go awful quick here. And a nice play outside made out there. A nice job on the tackle there by McGaskey. And we go back to White.
He wanted to leave USF, transfer, come here because of the kind of offense that Jeff Brom runs, was willing to sit out. Now he's getting his opportunity.
Among the things that he told us was his release, how quick it was.
He even said sometimes too quick.
Yeah.
He's got to be patient, wait for the play to develop.
Brandon Doughty, so good for this team in his career. Little dump off here into space down to the 30-yard line and inside of the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. They convert. Nice job. eBay on the tackle there. He got Ace Wales, Anthony Wales.
What's a young quarterback's best friend, Ben? The screen pass. When you have a great offensive line and you're backed up, find a good running back who's got dynamic ability, get in the ball in space, first down, Hilltoppers.
He's the lightning of the two. Furby is the thunder. They try it again on the right side. That was Wales once again. We take a look at our Chick-fil-A lineup for Western Kentucky. And Jay, this group up front, they're a bunch of studs.
131 career starts. The best of the best is the left tackle, Forrest Lamp.
Second down and 8 upcoming. Got the ball, did Western Kentucky at the 40-yard line after a big return from Kylan Towner.
Haven't gone to Taylor yet. See, he's going to get the ball a lot.
He will get the ball a lot. They work the end around here. They try it to the near side, and this is Norris. And he stopped at the 24-yard line. Banks in on the stop along with Grayson. And the defense, Chick-fil-A defense lineup for Rice.
Alex Lyons, second-year captain in the middle, linebacker, number 4. He's the best player on that defense. He gets everybody in position, makes the play, sure tackler.
Out of the gun on 3rd and 6 for Mike White. The throw, they don't convert, and they looked for Norris. And this is a bit of an interesting call here, Jay, based on our conversation with Jeff Brom yesterday, bringing 4th down here.
They're going to go for it. He told us if they were not very close, which they're not, they're at the 25-yard line, that'd be a 43, 42-yard field goal, that they were going to go for it unless it was 4th and 10 or more. You're looking at 4th and 6. Look for Taylor to get the ball here. You know that Mike White has confidence in him because of what he did last year.
Record-setting year, catching the football. They go over the middle and getting away, still with a football, trying to get that first down, diving for it, trying to extend and get it was Nakarius Fant, and he was forced out of bounds by V.J. Banks. So an outstanding job by the Rice defense, and there's Brom talking to Mike White. Banks was big on that series for Rice, and he was big on this play here on 4th down.
White was looking for Taylor. He wasn't open, so he goes underneath the Fant, tries to make a play, but Rice is up to the challenge, getting a big stop, getting the ball back for their offense. 2-0 Hilltoppers.
Early on here in the opening quarter in Bowling Green, Kentucky. 2-0 lead for Western Kentucky. Jay, our first installment of your extra points, my friend.
Well, Rice has got to get at least 2 interceptions today, I believe, to win this football game. Now, that's a tall order. They only had 2 interceptions all of last year.
Yeah.
They were second to last in all of college football. But they got to find a way to rattle Mike White. He's starting for the first time here at Western Kentucky. When you look at the Hilltoppers, screen passes to the left. They got a new quarterback, but they have an experienced offensive line, and the strength of that offensive line, Ben, is the left side with Forrest Lamp and Brandon Ray, and I expect them to try to get the ball on an easy pass to their playmakers behind the strength of that offensive line.
All right, there's the Rice offense. For more on what Jay talked about. Let's get down to the third member of our team, John Schriffen. John.
Well, Ben, I got to tell you, David Bailiff did a great job of coaching this Rice team. He really set the tone. After Blaine Padgett airmailed that long snap, he went over to his long snapper, tapped him on the head, said, don't worry about it. The rest of the teammates followed suit. They said, don't worry about it, we'll pick you up, and that's why they got that big stop on defense. Guys.
Thank you, John. Keep our eyes on that as well next time they're on defense. Good pickup there is Chris Johnson in on the tackle, and there's Derek Dillard. Outstanding young man he is, and a senior now. 22 career touchdowns for Dillard. Both these teams are going to run the way you've seen them so far here in terms of they will not huddle much. Very good job there by the right side of that Hilltopper defense, and lineups brought to us by Chick-fil-A. There it is. Some guys highlighted there, Jay.
Well, you're going to see a better defensive front all year for Western Kentucky. We saw it on that play right there. Nick Holt feels they finally have the size that he wants, and the penetration that they can get will be much improved.
3rd down and 5 from the 26. Stelling looks, fires, got a man. First down, Rice. They get across the 40-yard line, and the catch is made by Nate German to move the chains for the Red Rifle.
What a great job. Look at him stand in a clean pocket, step into the throw, deliver a strike. Nate German with a nice catch.
Stelling looking deep down the near side, got a man but overthrows him. That is Zach Wright, the intended target. What a story Wright is. Captain, former walk-on. They couldn't connect there though.
You got to take shots though, because you got to keep this defense honest. Understand that they can still go over the top. Even though you're going to see a lot of underneath stuff, they want to run the ball, they want to control the ball.
It's the second time Rice has ever played here in the state of Kentucky. Decent pickup to the far side to about the 45-yard line. Joe Brown over there to force the receiver out of bounds. That was German. Good look there at Stelling. He's behind Dreyfus Jackson for a couple of years. Now it's his team. 3rd and 5 from the 45. Floats the ball out. Nice touch and a beautiful conversion. Flag on the play. It's German with the catch. I mentioned there's a flag at the 35. We'll have to check the marker first, but a nice touch there from Stelling.
Beautiful pass, although I think it's coming back. I think German might have. He possibly stepped out before he caught the ball.
You know, referee is Rodney Burnett.
You see him with his hat off there as well.
Here's Burnett.
Illegal touching on the offense, number 13. Receiver went out of bounds and returned on his own. Was first touch the ball. Lost it down at the previous spot.
So, Ben, when he goes out of bounds, he can't come back into bounds and touch the ball first. That's incumbent on the receiver to understand where you're lined up, how much room you have, and to not go out of bounds. Because Tyler did everything he was supposed to do there. Perfect pass, had patience, delivered a great touch pass in there, but that's on your receiver to stay in bounds. We got confusion here. You got the quarterback still on the field. It's 4th down.
May have to burn a timeout.
No, just let the play clock run out. It's not going to impact you to take the 5 yards.
So Fox came on. Stelling and the offense, they come off. They're going to do it, you said. So there's German, and we're going to look back at this, Jay. Closer look at him stepping out.
So you see German running up the sideline there, and it was hard to see.
Rice. He's our first, 32nd.
You're looking for his left foot. It's not after he catches the ball. It's before when he's running the route. Tough to see with his white shoes and the white sideline there, but the referee's all over it. He understood that it was a penalty. Took his hat off. That signifies that he went out of bounds. It was the right call. Now, I would have called a timeout there. I would have just let the play clock run out.
I would have
take the 5-yard delay. Get your punt team on there. It's just not a situation where you need to burn a timeout.
Ball near midfield. I'm with you, Jay. I would have done the same thing. Here's Fox. They'll try this punt thing again. Fant back. He waves for the fair catch. And Rice is going to get a great bounce here. They'll down the ball just across the 5-yard line. So it'll be a long field for the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. This is a Conference USA matchup to open the season between Rice and Western Kentucky. Wales and the Hilltoppers looking to get a big win here at home. Part of the pageantry of college football. Great to be with you here on this Thursday night, first day of September, and a great year of college football coming up here on our network. We're thrilled to be with you. Jay Feely in the booth. My name is Ben Holden. John Schriffin's on the field. John.
Well, Ben, I had a chance to talk to Brandon Dowdy, the star quarterback of this team, Western Kentucky, last season. He is now with the Miami Dolphins. And Brandon told me this Western Kentucky offense should not miss a beat with new quarterback Mike White. In fact, he told me he helped recruit Mike White to come here, transferring from the University of South Florida. And when the two had a chance to practice last year, interestingly, Brandon told me that Mike actually has a better arm than him. Now, Brandon also gave me the breakdown on wide receiver Taywan Taylor. Brandon thinks that he can make it into the NFL because he has this second gear. He's got this speed where he can just blow by defensive backs. But he said he does think Taywan Taylor needs to work a little bit on his route running in order to take that next jump to the NFL. Guys?
Thanks a lot, John. Interesting stuff Dowdy said
It was a fascinating conversation.
It was great. It was really good. So after a 50-yard punt, no return, White in the offense, they start at their own 5-yard line, and they try it on the left side there, and they give the ball off to Anthony Wales, Ace Wales. There's Taywan Taylor. Alex Lyons, their stud linebacker for Rice, made the tackle.
Anthony Wells averaged over 7 yards a carry last year. They want to get him the ball and get him the ball in space.
He had 7 100-yard games a year ago. Had 6 straight 100-yard games in Conference USA play. Here's White to the air. The catch made by Fant. And Banks over there in on the tackle. He has been a busy guy. Has V.J. Banks here. About 3 tackles for him so far in the football game for Rice.
Chris Thurman, the defensive coordinator for Rice, told us they weren't sure if V.J. Banks was going to start. He earned that spot, and he's providing a little bit of confidence, I'm sure, for Chris, the way he's played in this first quarter.
Product of Bryan, Texas is Banks, 3rd and a yard on the ground, and Rice does a very good job clogging that up, Jay. And that's a young defensive line, too. An outstanding job. Cummings in there to help out.
Great job by this defensive line. Young sophomores that played last year, going up a veteran offensive line and winning that battle, getting penetration, stopping the run on 3rd and 1. What a great job by Rice.
So the Rice defense, they have brought their hard hats. Early on in this game, Jake Collins on to punt. Gets it away. Good punt. Fair catch called for. Drifting back and then falling down. Back near the 30-yard line. So Rice will start there. 6:48 to go after the return by Banks. Still 2-0 Hilltoppers. Saturday, the Home Depot SEC on CBS kicks off with a marquee matchup. When the Aggies of Texas A&M roll to take on UCLA. Hoopla begins with CBS College Football Special and CBS College Football Today on CBS Sports. Speaking of Texas A&M and the great state of Texas, Jay, and what they've done since 2012. Look who's number 2 on that list.
Just amazing. More bowl wins than Texas. The same amount of bowl wins as TCU and Baylor. You know, Rice, they got the bowl 3 times in a row. That's why last year was so disappointing for them, going 5-7, but they had a ton of injuries. They were really young. They feel like they played 31 freshmen. Redshirt and freshmen last year. They feel like they're going to have the benefits of that this year.
Bailiff told us last night, he said, last year fueled us. There is power in failure. I love quotes like that. A lot you can make out of that. Flag on the play as they try it. On the right side, Marcus Ward on the stop. We'll check the flag. We'll hear from our referee, Rodney Burnett, momentarily.
Block below the waist by the offense number 54. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Center Trey Martin, the guilty party there. Penalty call from Burnett.
He's their leader on that offensive line. He also played games on defense. Really quick off the ball. He makes all the calls on the line of scrimmage, gets everybody on the same page. Has a penalty that hurts him there, though.
So 1st and 20 now from the 20 after the penalty on Rice. Stelling delays, gives the ball off, and a good job of pursuit turned in right there. Outstanding job by the young man they call Iggy, Joel Iebuniwe. Say that 5 times fast, on the tackle. And they're going to go fast. Rice 3 penalties for 20 yards so far in the ball game. 2nd and 18. Time for Stelling, and a dangerous throw there. Coming over to break that up was Joe Brown. He forced that one in there.
Stelling was a little late with this ball. His receiver was there. He made his cut. The ball's got to be delivered on time. Because it was late, that gave Joe Brown the time to come in and almost make an interception.
3rd and 18 now from the 22. Plenty of time. Man open down the middle, delivered it in there. It was caught in and out of the hands of Darian Pollard, and Marcus Ward breaks up the play.
Perfect play for your safety. See the ball, recognize, break on it, get there right at the moment that the ball gets there, disrupt the play, get the ball back for your offense. Exactly what Nick Holt, D coordinator for the Hilltoppers, wants to see. He was in drop 8 there, Ben. You only have 3 defensive linemen. You're keeping everything in front of you and break on the ball and make the play.
30th game started, 35th career game for the veteran out of Birmingham, Alabama. Marcus Ward. Fox is on to punt for the 3rd time in the game. The first one resulted in the only points in this game so far. Good punt, forces Fant back to the near side 25. There's going to be a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be a block in the back on Western Kentucky. So that's going to force them further back in their own half of the field. Emmanuel Ellerby down there on the tackle, and Brom is fired up. And he should be. Not a good start for his ball club.
No, not at all, Ben. And you can't have self-inflicted wounds, and that's exactly what it is. You're trying to make a play.
During the return, illegal walking it back on the receiving team, number 17. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
You have a really good returner. He's trying to make a play. You're coming down. Don't block him in the back there. What you need to do is turn your shoulder, your inside shoulder, almost raise your hand and run by. And just like you're boxing him out, Ben, you don't need to put your hands in. He didn't even really extend, but if you have any contact in the back and the guy goes down, they're going to call it. You know, they brought in a new special teams coach, Tony Levine, one of the best in the country, used to be the head coach at Houston. Yeah. They wanted to fix their special teams. They felt like that was a weakness, not necessarily kicking the ball because they had a great kicker, but all the other areas on their special teams, Tony's not going to be happy with the penalty.
You didn't talk to him before the game, did you?
No, not at all.
Fun watching you talk to those guys. The specialist on the ground. Western Kentucky yet to get anything going. His Rice defense has been very good, and there's the Thunder in the backfield, but no Thunder there for Furby as Lyons was leading the charge for Rice.
We talked about it, Ben, you and I did. What was Western Kentucky going to do? Were they going to come out and air the ball out? No, I felt like they were going to try to run the ball, try to hit screens, and try to get their quarterback comfortable. Mike White, he's 4 for 5 for 18 yards. It hasn't been his fault.
2nd and 9. He's got plenty of time. Looks like he wants to go deep down the middle. He does! They make the play! And the catch is made! Taywan Taylor with a catch. 1st down, Western Kentucky.
Little play action here. Suck the defense in and go to your playmaker. Throw it downfield. Brandon Dowdy told us he's got a 2nd gear, maybe even a 3rd gear. A little post corner, back to the center. He can go up and catch the ball so well. You see it right there, pulling it down, making the catch.
Came into the game 17 away from the school record. Here's the trick play from Western Kentucky, and they pull it off, and it's the tight end, Shaq Johnson, coming through with a catch. Brom said that was an area of concern for their team, but not so much there.
Well, here's the flea flicker. They did 7 of them last year. 5 of them worked for touchdowns. They go back to the flea flicker. Mike White does a great job going to his secondary receiver, maybe even his 3rd on that play in Shaq Johnson. First catch of his college career.
Had 14 tackles, was one of their top special teams guys last year. On the ground. They're going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Wales. They call him ace, and he was that on the touchdown run, our first here in Bowling Green tonight. So they're going to kick the point after here early on, an 8-0 score. With 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Good snap and good hold, and it's through, and it's 9-0 Hilltoppers. Jay, the big play, well, 2 big plays. The first big play, the 45-yard completion to Taywan Taylor down the middle.
Play action, suck him in. Oh, this is the flea flicker here, Ben. I think Mike White went to a 2nd, maybe 3rd option there. Here's the touchdown. Trust your offensive line. Run behind your horses. Get in the end zone. That's the offense that we expected to see. That's what you saw all year last year. They were a dynamic offense. They put points on the board and did it in a hurry, and normally did it in the first half. 47 touchdowns in the first half last year. You know, they got off to a little bit of a slow start, but you saw 3 plays. They went the length of the field. Yeah,
I was handed the scoring drive. This is what I'm used to seeing when I've been here. This is my 5th trip in. 1:35, 4 plays, 86. That's exactly what it is.
That's what they
Brom's
did.
Offense.
That's Brom's offense.
Yeah.
You know, and it was interesting when we talked to Brandon Dowdy. He said they won't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised us. You know, I mean,
I agree to that.
You got Mike White coming in, but he said they won't miss a beat. They have so much experience. It's such a good offense that Jeff has put in. It prepared Brandon Dowdy for the pros, which is why Mike White said, I wanted to come here.
I agree. I don't think they're going to be right out of the gate, but I think 2, maybe 3 games in, they're going to be clicking the way they were. Maybe they will be in game 1 the way they look there, right?
That was a good start.
So White in the middle there. He's 6 of 7 for 98 yards and a touchdown. Again, 4 plays, 86 yards. It took 95 seconds for Brom's offense. Kickoff about 4 yards deep. And with 4 minutes to play in the quarter, let's continue on with Brom. His team last year, 3rd in scoring in the NCAA, 4th in passing, and 9th in total offense. His resume, he's building quite a resume.
He really has. I mean, 20-7. They went 12-2 last year. Their only losses were a really close loss to Indiana that they should have won. Yeah. And then they go down and play LSU. They lose 48-20 in a game that was muddy and sloppy, and they were in the game in the first half. I thought he would take another job. I thought he would get one of the premier jobs that was open because he develops quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a guy who has NFL experience. I think really highly of him.
On the ground here, first play of this drive for the Owls on the near side. Good job of pursuit. They get across the 30-yard line. And the tackle made by Marcus Ward there as they got Stewart. 1 of 4 in the backfield they'll use. Pick up a 7, so a 2nd and 3 upcoming for the Owls. Of Rice, Stewart, the motion guy out of the back. They're going to swing it to him. Gets a block out there. And looked like a face mask. There comes the flag all the way back around the 40-yard line, other end of the field. It's the guy they call Iggy. Buniwe on the tackle there, number 4.
They'll play Iggy
Personal
at
foul,
linebacker.
face mask, defense number 4, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that'll find him on the sidelines near the defensive coordinator, the always fiery one, Nick Holt.
Yeah, you don't want to go over to your D coordinator. There's no reason for that. Your hands don't have to be up high. Go in, make a sure tackle, you know, and that's an easy call for the officials because you don't want somebody to get hurt. You pull that face mask, the neck jerks back. They're always going to call that. Not a smart play.
So Buniwe on the sideline. We go 1st and 10 from the midfield strike. Swinging out. They want it. Ball's on the deck. And Western Kentucky had it. Now it's going to go. No, they saved that ball.
I don't think so.
Did they save that?
He caught it.
Weston had the ball.
Yes, but he caught it, but he landed out of bounds, so they're going to give the ball because they didn't have possession. They're going to give it back to Rice.
This will be reviewed. You can be certain of that. Western Kentucky's guys went right. There's Holt.
Yeah, he's mad. He's on the other side. He can't really see. Now, let's watch real carefully. It's definitely a catch.
The ruling on the field, the ball was out of bounds. It was last possessed by the offensive team. The ball was
Left foot was out of bounds before he got the ball.
You're right.
Negates it. Then he touches the ball first. So you see it here again. It's a catch. It's a fumble. The ball's out. Right here, there's your left foot.
Yep.
Even though he dives and gets the ball back in bounds, because he stepped out of bounds, negates the recovery.
Excuse me, Jay. There's Leston. Our replay official tonight is Paul Schmidt. Nick Holt.
He can't see it, though. He doesn't know. He doesn't know his foot was out of bounds. But it's the right call.
It is. Stelling keeps to about the 48-yard line.
Not what he does best, not his strength, not really a running quarterback. Neither of these quarterbacks are going to run the ball much. I'm surprised they had a called run at all.
There's a look at Leston. His 28th career game, his 21st start. Led their defensive backs with 96 tackles a year ago. Big play here, 3rd and 12 from the 48, 2.5 to go in the opening quarter. Stelling down the seam and miscommunication there. They cannot make the completion there. Looking for Lance Wright, the sophomore out of Fairbanks, Alaska.
Stelling thought he was going to run a post corner. Lance just ran the post, never came back outside. Miscommunication. Now, my feeling there is it's 3rd and long. You have 3rd and 12. Don't force it in there and throw it, make an interception. Punt the ball down. You're in the game.
Macarius Fant is back deep, standing around the 15-yard line. Fox on to punt. High hanging punt. Fant will make the catch out of bounds. 2:15 to play in Western Kentucky. Jay, we take a look back at some of their work defensively tonight.
They've done what Nick Holt wanted, which was to keep the ball in front of them, come up and make plays. A lot of zone. They're going to play drop 8, keep the ball in front, come up, hit. He wanted them to be better tacklers this year. You know, Nick Holt wanted them. He felt like this year, this is what he said to us, they look like a prime time defense now, that they didn't have the size up front especially.
He said they look the part, now we have to play.
That's right, and they're playing right now tonight. They're making plays when they need to, not giving up the big play, which he said was a key for this defense. He understands it's a little bit different team. You know, they had such a dynamic offense last year, scored so many points that they ran kind of a different defense. This year, a little more conservative, probably on offense with a new starter.
Fiery guy is Holt, well prepared. Fun to talk to, fun to watch him on the sidelines. That ball knocked down on the left side of the line. Flag came in from the back. Thompson got his paw up to knock that down. Check the flag.
Nearly intercepted. He read that well. They're trying to run a little inside screen play.
Personal foul, top block. Offense, number 51 and number 70. Penalties at the distance to the goal, 1st down.
So Ray, Brandon Ray, the left guard. I believe he said number 70 as well, helping. So this puts him back to the 6-yard line. Taylor was in the backfield. They're going to dump it off over the middle, short for Wales to be gang tackled about the 13-yard line. Clock moving down to 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter here.
There's that screen to the left side that I talked about in my extra points in the open. That's where your strength of your O-line is, behind Lamp, behind Ray. Get it to your playmaker. Good call back when you're backed up as well.
White to his right, taking a shot, got a man wide open. There it is! Right into the waiting hands of Nicholas Norris. Touchdown, no flags. Western Kentucky strikes again.
Little double move there, Ben. Great job by Norris running the double move. Good protection. They roll him out. That's a long developing play. Mike White did a great job of being patient and then delivering a strike. It's so easy when you have a receiver who's wide open to let it fly and to not throw a good ball. You get so excited. But a great job by Mike White. Being patient, being under control, delivering a ball, and Norris taking it to the house.
Unsportsmanlike conduct and sideline interference against the offense. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So the penalty there, you heard Burnett, the referee. So the product of Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, Nicholas Norris, the touchdown grab, 87 yards. Dare I say a little Brandon Doughty-esque?
It was beautiful. I mean, Norris had 63 receptions last year, 6 touchdowns. He was their 4th receiver.
For 971. So Simcox, he'll be one of the guys that'll step in on point afters here. Let's see what he's got to offer. Looks pretty good there. And Western Kentucky on top 16-0, Jay, here in the season opener on CBS Sports Network. This is Brandon Doughty last year.
You referenced it, little Doughty-esque. Here he is, little play action. He's got a good pocket, that's key. Good vision, goes down the field, delivers a perfect strike. Look at just a little area to drop it into, and he drops in a 50-yard pass, perfect. Now you're gonna see Mike White rolling out, delivering a strike on a double move. Norris getting open, perfect, right there in stride. He didn't have to come back for the ball. If he comes back, he probably doesn't score. In stride, runs it in. Norris having a little fun. It was interesting to hear Jeff Brom say, I don't mind if my guys have a little fun. I give him leeway to go out there and have a little swagger as long as they don't get a penalty.
Right, you got to be disciplined.
Hey, now he is a fiery coach.
Oh, he's very
You get a penalty on something like that,
you better not go near him.
You're going to feel his wrath when you get back.
You better go to the other end of the field, man.
Look at how fired up Mike White was, and rightly so.
Yep.
His first touchdown pass for the Hilltoppers here.
Yep.
Not easy to be a 2-year starter at USF and decide I'm going to leave, because I could be the starter. I could come back and start for a 3rd year.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave. I'm going to go sit out for a year and sit behind Brandon Doughty and then hope that I win the job and I'm the guy that gets to lead this offense.
And 5 starts as a true freshman at USF, 10 as a sophomore. In amongst the quarterback group, and Brom in there. The black hat there with a head set up was talking to his guys in there, and Western Kentucky now on top by 16 here. From the 13-yard line, it'll be Stewart. Stewart, good pursuit down there by that kick coverage team. Outstanding job. And Norris is fired up for that, as he should be.
There's Tony Levine. He's fired up too. That's why they brought him in.
Jason Johnson on the stop.
Trying to run a bounce return and get outside. What do you have to do? Be disciplined, have inside leverage. Great job by the Hilltoppers.
That's what you want to see. So Rice's offense here, Jay, with 1:23 to go in the opening quarter. Both teams started very slowly, but I mean, there are nerves. It is the opener. You got a lot of new parts in these, well, 2 new quarterbacks. And what does Rice need to do in your eyes to get it going?
Continue to do what they want to do. They're trying to implement this new offense.
Billy Lynch, their offensive coordinator.
Tyler has looked good to me, Ben.
Yeah.
He's made a couple of good balls, one of which was brought back, a great pass, because his receiver, German, stepped out of bounds. That was on him. You know, but they have a new offense. That's up-tempo. It's not what they've done before. There's going to be growing pains.
2nd and 10. Incomplete there as they look for Jawan Davis.
That's a ball he's got to complete. You know, that's a ball you're running a screen to settle your quarterback down. You have Davis in the flat, open. You got to deliver him the ball. You throw it 2 yards ahead of him, it's incomplete.
So now you're in a 3rd and 10. 5 of 11 for 22 so far for Stelling. Minute 15 to play in the opening quarter here in the season opener on CBS Sports Network. 1 for 4 on 3rd down is Rice thus far tonight. They need this one for their sake. This is not his game, but it's going to work. They get a first down. He slides at the 33-yard line, and they'll move the chains. So the Red Rifle says, I'm going to hold on to the rifle till maybe next time.
Good job looking downfield. He doesn't have it, so tuck it and go. The defense has given you the opportunity. Run, get a first down, move the chains.
Clock moving, under a minute to play in the quarter. Right side, Jawan Davis. Experienced guy. TJ McCollum leading the charge there, the one-time linebacker at UAB. He's been great. Holt loves what he's given him.
He came over as a transfer. He's got a couple more graduate transfers that stepped right in. Keith Brown and Dawson on that defense.
Guys from about an hour north of here up at Louisville. Jawan Davis tries to break free, gains a couple. McCollum once again on the stop there for Western Kentucky.
It's been a recipe that the Hilltoppers have used, Holt, is to go out, or Ben, is to go out and find guys that want to transfer, graduate transfers, bring them in. Louisville has been the common denominator for a lot of their transfers because they have so much history with that staff.
So we've played 15 minutes. Tyler, Stelling, and Rice still looking for their first points of the season. That's the end of the first quarter with a score. Western Kentucky 16, Rice nothing. Great to have you with us. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Jay, I got to be honest, it's been about 9, maybe 10 months since I've done play-by-play of a mascot race. This is in the last break we were in. They're having fun here, as they should. And in Conference USA, well, both these teams have won the CUSA crown in recent years. Back in 2013, the Owls, they got it done. They took down Marshall in the championship game to win their first outright title since 1957. As for Western Kentucky, well, they were the kings of the hill in 2015. Brandon Doughty finished his final home game with over 400 yards passing, leading Western Kentucky to a 45-28 win over Southern Miss. Here's the preseason poll. Your thoughts?
Well, I like Western Kentucky still because of the strength they have across the offensive line. Taywan Taylor, Fant, all of the receivers, Norris. They can rely, as long as they don't have to put everything on Mike White, which they don't.
Yeah.
They're a dangerous team. And when you listen to Brandon Doughty and you say he doesn't think that they're going to miss a beat, that speaks a lot to me.
Yeah, it really does. It was sluggish to start, but they've looked more like Western Kentucky of the last couple of years with Jay Feely, John Schriff, and all of our great crew. My name is Ben Holden. Great to have you with us. Pitch and catch, first down. The ball nicely delivered there. And the grab pulled in there by Parker Smith.
Excellent job by Tyler, stepping up in a clean pocket on third down, delivering a strike. Zach Wright with the nice catch there.
16 yards on the play there to Parker Smith. Now they go 1st and 10. Got a man out there, floats it out there. That one was caught by Wright and then dropped. And they can't convert on what would have been a big play for the Owls there early on in quarter 2.
I like the play design there. Just a little inside, outside, dropping it into the box in front of the safety. Ball was a little high. If he had not put so much height on that ball and air underneath it, he could have completed it.
First minute of quarter 2, Jawan Davis. He'll get to about the 46-yard line. Keith Brown, he's one of those guys, Jay, you were talking about. Product of Miami, but he transferred in from Louisville, making the stop there. Big play here, 3rd and 7 from the 46. Stelling 6 of 13 for 38 yards. It's Davis out to the right. Flag came in from the back on the near side, on the side that German was on. He's debating there with Joe Brown, the corner. Burnett's going to give us the call here once he sorts it out.
Pass interference. Defense number 7. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
You're going to see Brown on the left side of the screen. He's in good position. Just reaches out, grabs him a little bit, Easy call there for the officials. No need, like just come back to the ball. You're in position, you made your break.
On first down, they get it into the hands of Jawan Davis. This kid is built, he is strong. Not big in stature in terms of his height, but man, is he put together. And a big play there for Rice. Their offense getting going now. Brandon Leston on the tackle.
Love what Davis did there. Catch the ball. Look at this formation here, Ben. Interesting formation.
I love it. I love this kind of football. I really do. Pass over the middle, caught. It is Parker Smith inside of the 5-yard line. So Rice coming out sharp. He finds the sophomore Smith out of Richmond, Texas. He was stopped by DeAndre Simmons.
Billy Lynch getting creative with the swinging gate formation there.
Gain of 21 on the play. There they go quick. Davis, flag comes in. They're going to halt this play before it ever really gets going here, Jay. Burnett saying, what do we got?
False start. Offense. Number 66. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So let's go back a couple of plays ago. We get the call from Burnett there and look at the play.
Well, you're going to see the entire offensive line over to the left side. It's an eligible play because they're still on the line. They cannot go out, but then they just come back, run a play to the right side. Nice little completion. Bring it down to the 4-yard line.
So now it's 1st and goal from the 9. Stelling dives to about the 6. So to bring up 2nd and goal. Devontae Duclos involved in the stop there for the Hilltoppers. It's a big possession for Rice, down by 2 touchdowns and a pair of 2-point conversions.
Not just to get points, but you need to get in the end zone here and get 7.
Surprised you said that. No field goals? Pass into the end zone.
That's pass interference.
It is PI. They were looking for Smith, who's been their target 3 times on this drive. And that's going to advance the ball further. Brown involved in a play again. He might hear from Nick Holt.
He's absolutely going to hear from Nick Holt.
Pass interference. Defense number 7.
That's going to be trouble.
The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
He's fun to watch, man. He really is.
Fiery guy who gets after his players. He's in good position again. He got the left arm around him and pulled it. The back judge sees that left arm. He's going to throw the PI. You got to be disciplined. Keep your hands down. Don't get lazy. Both penalties were just lazy plays.
So now it's 1st and goal from the 2. A little more than 2.5 minutes gone here in this 2nd quarter. They're going to give it off on a little pitch there to Davis, and he'll tote the rock in for the Rice touchdown. Jawan Davis gives Rice its first points here in 2016.
Big touchdown for the Rice Owls. Had to get 6. Get in that end zone. They go overload 3 receivers to the right side of the field, then run a little option to the backside. Wide open, get in the end zone, get back in this ball game.
Big drive, as we said, for David Bailiff's guys there. And Davis, the senior out of Sealy, Texas, takes it in. So Tabola's on to try to make it 16-7. Sure what the delay's about here. Now they spot it and blow the whistle. So it's a 16-7 score, and Rice is on the scoreboard as we look back at the trick play here from Rice that helped set him up and get him into a goal-to-goal situation. And then Davis takes in his 11th career rushing touchdown. Rice is on the board. Touchdown drive for Rice, an impressive one for the Owls. 12 plays, 80 yards, 407. The difference there in the 2nd quarter. And we've only played a little more than 2.5 minutes. They've already outgained themselves what they did in quarter 1, 57-31 so far in the game. Down to John Schriffen with an update. Some more on Western Kentucky's defense.
Well, guys, we had talked about Rice's offense being new this year, being high-powered. They wanted to work fast. It looks like they really started to figure something out on that last drive, because I'm on the sideline of Western Kentucky right now. Their defense, their big guys, they were breathing really hard coming off of the field. They were on the field for a long time. It looks like Rice had figured something out. Let's see what changes are made here in the later part of this second half.
Yeah, John. Thank you. 12 plays, 4:07 the time of the drive.
I like that point, John. I mean, that's why they decided to go to this up-tempo offense, because of the ability to gas a defense, not allow them to get substitutions. It's why the whole staff went down to Texas State, met with Cliff Kingsbury.
Ball goes out of bounds, so great start here for Western Kentucky in terms of field position after the kickoff there by Fox, who's their punter, but handles the kickoffs for Bailiff's guys. And
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. The ball be placed on the 35-yard line, first down.
there you go. We got a chance here. Let's take a look now at our icy hot injury report. A couple of running backs for the Hilltoppers, Anthony Wales and Leon Allen. Leon Allen a couple of years ago shattered about every Western Kentucky rushing record in a game in here against Army. He's been out with a knee injury, still not back.
No, I mean, he was a really good running back. They were really disappointed when they lost him last year. And Wales, once he came back, was excellent.
Here they go on first down. The Hilltoppers going for the home run. A diving catch. A spectacular catch by Taywan Taylor. All he does is make big catches. First down, Hilltoppers.
Here goes Taylor. They said he's got a second gear, maybe even a third gear. The ability to run by people. You got to find a way to get your hands on him and slow him down early in the route, because if he gets a free release, he is going to just jet by you. Great pass by Mike White. You know, Brandon Dowdy told us, I tried every time in practice to overthrow him. I was never able to overthrow Taywan Taylor.
Big night for Taylor, almost near 100 yards. Here goes Wales, spins free. And they'll wrap him up, force him back. They're going to give him progress to the 15, though. White's 9 of 10, Jay, for 236 and a touchdown. Not a bad debut.
Oh, excuse me.
Right. Hey,
Let me just introduce myself to this crowd.
Allow myself to introduce myself, right? My goodness. From the 15. Rice showing pressure from the left side. They bring it, but the ball's out of there. And this could be trouble for Rice Norris, who's got amazing speed. Lions forced him out of bounds and saved the touchdown, Jay.
Little screen. They like to get the ball to their playmakers in space and allow them to do what they do. You see Norris there, 300-yard receiving games last year. That's why I was so confident in this team, and they have weapons all over the field.
First and goal now, inside of 11 minutes to play in the half from the 6. This is Wales. Tries to slither his way through there, but a good job by Rice's front there to slow him in his tracks. Abercrombie in there involved in the tackle for the Owls.
Incumbent upon Rice to get a stop here. Try to bow up, not allow them to get in the end zone, try to make them, force them to kick a field goal in a situation where they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker.
Right. Second and goal, ball from the 6. Little delay, they give it off. Wales, good job by that front of Rice once again. And one of the guys we talked to last night was Chris Thurman, defensive coordinator for Rice. He talked about these young guys.
Watch Alex Lyons fill the hole, head up tackle, exactly what you want your middle linebacker to do. Why is he your two-year captain? That shows you exactly why right there.
Led Rice the last 2 years in tackles. 77 last year, 71 the year before. Big play here on third and goal from the 6. White finds a man, and it is caught, and it's a touchdown. Notorious Fant. He gets into the end zone, and White's got his third touchdown of the night.
We saw that play a lot. when we did their game last year, Ben. Just a little inside-outside route. Put your fast receiver out there on the outside. Run a clear out route inside. Let him come underneath and catch the ball.
Student section in the end zone, and White has led his third drive to the end zone, his second passing touchdown of the night there. First career touchdown catch for Fan. He threw 2 last year. Fan came in as the leading passer on Western Kentucky among guys on their roster. Here he gets one. Here's the big one to Taywan Taylor.
Well, he's not the leader anymore. Mike White announcing his presence. And look at Taylor laying out to catch that ball. Here's the touchdown, inside, outside. Get it to Font, come inside, catch the ball. Western Kentucky not missing a beat.
Adam Zucker in New York, 9 years to the day of their famous upset over Michigan. Appalachian State leads 13-3 at Tennessee. An interception by Josh Dobbs. Butch Jones scheduled to be with us in studio for the SEC on CBS Saturday. Ben and Jay, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. And it's funny that Adam said that because...
It's not funny.
Well...
It's not funny to me.
Here's the AP Top 10. We're going to finish that point in a minute.
Right.
Your thoughts on that as we kick off the season here, Jay?
Well, I mean, Alabama coming off their 4th national championship in 7 years, and Clemson right there was, such a great, one of the great all-time national championship games. They should be 1-2. I like Michigan at number 7 and Stanford at number 8 to get into that Final Four. I mean, McCaffrey for Stanford had as good a year as anybody. Broke Barry Sanders' all-time season record for most yardage. What a game, what a year. McCaffrey was unbelievable last year.
So just to put a bow on what Adam said there, I joked to you during the break when we were told that studio was taking it. I said, uh-oh, this is Michigan all over again. We didn't know what he was going to say, and that's what he said. I said, I might give you a hard time in an hour or two if it's still App State beating Tennessee.
That one broke my heart.
Nothing will be bigger to me in terms of an upset in college football than that game. I'm not saying that to start anything. I'm just being honest.
Well, you're a Sparty, too. So last year's game against Michigan State was pretty big to you as well.
And I never said a word to you, by the way.
Not on the air, at least.
As for this game, it's 23-7. It was about a month, by the way, just for the record, before I said a word. 23-7, Western Kentucky. The wind down there knocking the ball off the tee as the Hilltoppers continue to, it's almost like they're doing auditions.
Well, yeah, they are. They're bringing new kickers in to kick extra points, to kick off. They've got 4 or 5 guys that they're trying to figure out who is able to kick in front of a crowd. But, Ben, Tennessee is a trendy pick to win the SEC.
Yeah, I know. There's Tony Levine there. So they're going to hold it here for Tony's guys. This is Josh Cole, who they told us yesterday is going to be strictly a kickoff guy.
Not anymore.
This may not help his cause. Rice will have very good field position. Burnett will speak to us.
Hey, for the next long timeout, drum line, next up, ready to go. We have a cage ready to go.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Ball be placed on the 35-yard line. First down.
So from the 35. And we'll, since I'm from Michigan, you played at Michigan, and we like to give each other a hard time, we might as well talk a little. Maize and blue.
My opinion is biased. I will say that up front because I love Michigan. But they got the best defense in the country.
They do.
And they're going to ride that defense. They got the best D-line, bar none, in the country. Depth. They have playmakers. They have people who can get the backfield. They got Jabril Peppers. They have the best corner in the country as well. I mean, they're going to ride that defense as far as it will take them.
All right. Flag flies once again here. Play clock wasn't the issue. That was at 17.
Got a false start.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Connor Patterson, the left guard out of Tomball, Texas. And, of course, Jack was here a long time, Jack Harbaugh. And the whole family was here a long time. Jim and John both coached here. Pressure coming, and not much doing there on that first down run. As McCollum, man, did he burst through there. Bryant helped out as well. So look at the big man up front, Omar Bryant. Holt expects an awful lot out of him. He got it there. 2nd and 15 from the 30. Pass is thrown, nearly intercepted, and it is intercepted. Coming up with that interception. How did he pull that off? Stelling can't believe it. It's into the hands of DeAndre Simmons for Holt's defense.
This interception, it's open. The receiver's there. Tyler Staley puts the ball behind him. German can't come up with it, and look at the concentration bringing the ball in. DeAndre Simmons wanted to add weight. He was only 160 pounds coming in. Starting at cornerback, 1 interception last year. See the ball behind his receiver. That's what leads to the interception. But a great job just staying with the play, finding the ball and bringing it in.
We have seen 2 outstanding athletic plays made by Western Kentucky. One by that guy, and the diving catch by Taylor on the last possession offensively. 2nd career pick for DeAndre Simmons. Here they go. They're going to try the trick play. It's Fant. He's a former quarterback, and they get it to Taylor, and he can't make the catch. Oh, Nakarius Fant.
It was there.
It was there, and Taylor says, man, I want to have that one back.
Jeff Brown loves the trick plays. He told us that he saw Fant when he first went to recruit him, that he threw like 10 passes in a row, and they were all on the money. And this one is as well. And he's got a man in his face, and the ball is there. Taylor just can't pull it in. We said, are you gonna throw one tomorrow with him? He said, yeah, unless I don't have the guts to do it.
So Fant, the product of Bowling Green High School, hometown guy. Big gain here by Wales. He gets it down to the 29-yard line. So first down for the Hilltoppers, and there's the hometown boy, Nakarius Fant. He did it all last year, Jay. He caught it, he ran it, he threw it. That's what he did passing.
Punt return, kickoff return.
I think the only thing he didn't do is kick. Here's a strike to Taylor in the corner, and he nearly got it. As White's confidence, Jay, continues to grow, and the confidence in the staff, too.
Yeah, that was a really good ball. Even though it was incomplete, you want your quarterback on that shot to put it where only his receiver can catch it. And Taylor almost had it. It was right off his fingertips, but that's what you want to see. Jeff Brown happy. Got to be just thrilled with the way that Mike White is playing.
2nd and 10 upcoming. Ball at the 29. They faked it to Wales, then they dump it off. Good block. Wales has got the first down and then some. Look at Ace Wales inside of the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Hilltoppers. JT eBay saved the touchdown.
Little play action screen back to the left side where the strength of your offensive line is. Look at Lamp out front.
Gain at 26. Flag flies near side. The run goes nowhere. Wales, Rice saying they've got the ball. They've clearly got it there. But I believe this play was blown dead as Tabari McGaskey plays their strong safety spot, or as Thurman, their DC, called it, their joker spot. Referees discussing. Jeff Brom spitting fire on the sidelines.
He spits a lot.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 players on the field at the snap. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
All right. Too many on the field. Here's the big play that got him down there.
Screen back to your left side. You see both Lamp and Ray out front, getting a pancake block between the two of them. Ben, between those two, their left tackle, Forrest Lamp, and their left guard, Brandon Ray, 66 combined starts between the two of them.
It's impressive. Did you say the number was? We came on the air at 8 Eastern. It was what, 131, the whole line?
131 career starts for the entire line. Lamp, Pro Football Focus has him rated his number 1 left tackle in the Power 5, in the group of 5.
So here we go on 1st and goal. Wales tries to dive. Lyons got a piece, and they're spotting him at about the half-yard line. So the 10th carry of the game for Anthony Ace Wales, and he's gained 36 yards so far on this Thursday evening, first Thursday in September.
There was room there on that left side. Good job by Rice getting a leg and just pulling him down, doing anything you can on that goal line to keep him short.
Wales, the lone back. Wales gets it, tries to force his way in. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. They climb the mountain once again and take it in for the touchdown. With 7:03 to play in the half, they're on top by 22. So it comes 2:01, Jay, 6 plays and 46 yards.
It's just like the team that I watched all last year, running up and down the field. Defense is unable to stop them.
So this is Simcox. He'll try the point after. Student section there, and the shot behind the goalpost on the hill there, and now it's 30-7 Western Kentucky. And Anthony Wales getting it done. First the screen, Jay.
Little screen, running behind the big boys on the left. Nice design, great execution. And then when you want to go and run it on the goal line, who you go? Look at Forrest Lamp. Brandon Ray knocking him out, putting in the end zone.
Nice night here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hilltoppers on top 30-7 here, about halfway through quarter number 2. College football action continues right here on CBS Sports Network all day on Saturday. 4 games coming your way, highlighted by a matchup of 2 bowl teams from last season. San Jose State travels to take on Tulsa at 7 Eastern. That one presented by Geico. It's all only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And Jay, we are the home of Navy and Army football, and we're going to talk Navy here. What a job they did last year.
They sure did. 11-2, just unbelievable season. So rewarding for me to see them do well. You always want to see all of the teams that our military members are serving and playing for.
Yeah.
We do Army, Air Force. I love seeing them all do well.
Monken's guys will be playing tomorrow. You can see that game on our
Play
network. Temple, Matt Rule's guys, and be a very good game. So
Navy's going to have a new quarterback, though.
Who's that, Monken?
Navy's going to have a new quarterback.
Yeah. Well, who knows? The way things have gone, Monken might. A lot of things were going on up there a couple of weeks ago. So Western Kentucky, with 7 minutes to play in the first half, they're on top 30-7. Big hit delivered on the far side on the return down there. And Calvin Anderson. So we're at our meetings last night. David Bailiff there. You see him on the right side.
That's behind his back.
This is behind his
He's
back.
not looking at it.
Now I videoed him the first time forward. He did it in 40 seconds. This is backwards, no looking, 25 seconds.
Unbelievable. He said he has a photographic memory. So he takes a look at it. He looks at all 9 sides. He said he lays it out in his mind like a piece of paper that he can see all 9 sides. I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
That's amazing. Sophomore out of Austin, Texas, and a good one. And speaking of Army, we'll see Rice in Army next week. And his dad played football in Army, so be a bit of a homecoming for him. But, man, that is something I've never seen before. Here goes Rice. They're trying to get something going, but that's not going to help their cause. Buniwe on the tackle there, knocked down the man. There's a look at young man we were just talking about, Calvin Anderson.
Iggy's been all over the field for Nick Holt's defense, making plays. He plays as a defensive end, as a linebacker.
Decent pickup there, about 5 on the run. Tanner Reeves on the tackle there.
Desperately need a first down here, Ben.
No question.
To extend the drive, eat up some clock, and more importantly, not give the ball back to the Hilltoppers offense.
Yep. Western Kentucky really did a number last year when these two teams met for the first time, put up over 40 points. They're going to get a first down here.
Nick Holt brought the blitz. He doesn't blitz a lot, only 30% of the time. Brought some pressure. Good job up front. Giving Tyler Stelling time, and he delivers a good ball, gets the first down.
23-point deficit here facing Stelling in the Rice offense. Getting away from that would-be tackle was Darian Pollard. He's a diminutive one at 5'8" and 180, but they really want to get him the ball in space. They've only tried a couple times.
He's been hurt his entire career.
Yeah.
You know, he has no stats. That's his first catch, his first time that he's gotten the ball, but they like him.
He was out all last year, played with a cast before that, broke his foot the year before that. Pitch and catch, and this will bring up a 3rd and short. They'll need about 2. And Stelling's pass to Tami Alaka, making the grab there for Bailiff's guys. 3rd and 2. They're 4 of 7 on 3rd down so far in the game are the Owls of Rice. From the 44, Stelling going to give it off. Not much room though. Nothing there. Great pursuit coming over. They get to the ball in a hurry. Brown helped out for Holt's defense.
Good job by Joe Brown. He was up in press coverage. Get off the block of the receiver. Come make the play behind the line of scrimmage. I like this call to go for it here.
They're 0 for 1 on 4th down are the Owls. But as you said, Jay, they've got to make something happen here.
Well, yeah, you're down 30-7 already.
Yep. On the 43.
And you don't want to give the ball back to the Hilltoppers offense.
4 minutes, they might score twice the way it's gone. They strike quick. Taking a lot of time here. They're letting the play clock go all the way down. So they're cognizant of that, or are they just doing this purposely? What do you think? I don't. Your reactions.
They did it on purpose.
Right.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
At all.
I don't like it either.
I mean, you're down 30-7.
Yep. Go for it.
They may have been looking at the defense. They didn't get a look they liked, but then find a play that you like and go for it. I mean, what do you have to lose there? I don't want to. Even if you have a great punt and pin them deep, I'm not confident in my defense that they can stop them.
Right. Yep, I'm with you on that. So David Bailiff, these guys will trot Fox on. The dangerous Necarius Fant will be back deep inside of the 20-yard line thereabouts. He's made an impact in this game in a couple of ways so far. He can make an impact in this part of the game, given the opportunity. See if he can. Nope, he's not going to get one here at the 16. The fair catch. 3:52 to play in the first half. It is all Western Kentucky. Jeff Brom's guys on top by 23.
12 for 14 for 277 yards.
Good game.
2 touchdowns so far. Looking like Brandon Dowdy. I mean, this is what we've seen from this offense the last couple of years. And I guess we shouldn't be that surprised. I mean, Mike White started for 2 years. He started 5 games as a freshman at USF, and he started 10 games as a sophomore. So he has experience, but not in this kind of offense. But this is why he came here. This is why he transferred.
I will point this out. If you're a Rice fan, don't kill the messenger. As he throws one here on first down, and he adds Lions with the tackle out at the 30. For Mike White, his career best game was on Halloween of 2014 when he was at USF, of course. 3-11-2 against Houston. So Thompson slow to get up. A big part of that rotation up front on the defensive line for Rice, slow to get up. So he is approaching.
Well, last year, Ben,
those numbers
when
right
we
now.
Look at the game last year, and it was a different quarterback, but most of the people were the same on that offense. Rice gave up 504 yards, 424 passing yards.
Yikes.
They trailed 35-10 at halftime. It looks like a lot like the same game right here.
It really does. It really does. So the trainers for Rice trot off.
Good to see him up and walking off.
Yep. Yeah, 49-10. Rice led that game 3-0, and from there it was over, as you said. First and 10 from the 29. Clock moving with 3:25 remaining in the half. Game started this year with Western Kentucky out to a 2-0 lead on the safety. The snap went over the head of the punter Fox for Rice into the end zone and onto the back of it. Fake, and they keep it on the ground left side. Flag came in. It was Wales on the carry. Anthony Wales, good night for him. And we'll check the flag here from our referee, Mr. Burnett, Rodney Burnett.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 62 and 64. 15-yard penalty, still first down.
Williams.
That's the right guard and the right tackle.
Yep.
And we've seen that call a few times tonight already. They're going to be vigilant with this call. You see, look at the right side of the line right here. They're going to go down. One is engaged. One chops low. It's the high-low. They're going to call it every single time. You're trying to protect the defensive linemen when they're in a vulnerable position. Protect those knees. It's some of the advancements they've made in football to make this game safer.
Each team with 7 penalties thus far. And you hear one of the
Timeout, Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
That's our first.
That's Jeff.
That was
30
Braun.
seconds.
Get over here, he says.
It was really funny because, you know, Jeff Brown brought in his little brother, Brian Brown, an accomplished quarterback in his own right, to be his quarterback coach. One of the things that Brian is tasked with is kind of being the mediator with Jeff, especially with the quarterbacks, but really everybody on that offense.
Same with the beard.
There's Brian on the left with the beard. His first time, as John Schriffen said, up in the booth.
Yep.
He had never been up in the booth before, but he's got to go to his guys and kind of be the good guy to the bad cop because Jeff gets after it. And he'll tell you, I mean, look, we're sitting here and they're up 30-7 and he is fired up at that
I think
offense.
they were down 30-7, right? My goodness. But that's what the good ones, the great ones do, right?
Yeah,
they don't let up.
You coach them hard, you love them up harder.
Exactly, no question. You know?
That was Bear Bryant. That's who said that.
Yeah. Ryan is 15 years younger, by the way, than older brother Jeff. Over the middle. Nice throw. And a good grab there across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. eBay on the stop.
Well, we asked Jeff if he and Brian competed. They said, oh, we loved to beat him when he was young. He got a little bigger, though, and then the tables turned quickly.
Yeah. Of course, Jeff coached Brian at Louisville when Jeff was an assistant there.
Yeah, he did say, he is my little brother, though.
Yes.
And I'm going to treat him like my little brother.
Yeah. And brother Greg is on the staff. He's the oldest at 46.5, according to middle brother Jeff. Down they go on a home run ball. And that is a catch and a grab. Folks, there's nothing lucky about that when it's Lucky Jackson on the receiving end. A key guy. They want to get some depth out of him. This is depth.
Clean pocket. That's what you see first. And then they have weapons all over, and you can't let them get behind you. But another good job by Mike White, having an opportunity and taking advantage, delivering a great ball.
Mike White.
You noticed Lucky Jackson in practice.
Yeah. And in watching, this was before we all met with the staff, of course. The balls coming out of White's hand look exactly like Dowdy's. To me, they really did. He's one of those fourth-line plumbers, man. First hockey reference of the night.
I think the thing that surprised me most when we talked to Brandon Dowdy, and John Schriffen talked about this in his report, was that he said Mike White throws a better ball than I do.
Amazing.
And he wasn't just being humble. He was he was talking. He was just giving us his opinions.
Yep.
That spoke volumes to me.
So they've had a half dozen plays of 25 yards or more here tonight. Chucking the rock like they do here, and a nice job to break that pass up, or that's a touchdown. That's an outstanding job by their best corner. That is JT Blasingame, who knocked that away.
Good job defensively. A really good throw. Look at that beautiful ball. And a good job by JT getting in there, knocking it away. But when we asked Jeff, why did Mike White win the job?
Yep.
You see this ball, that really pretty ball that comes in there. He said he throws a ball that's easy to catch.
Yep.
And you've seen that all night long. He doesn't just gun it all the time. He's got good touch. The ball is easy to catch. Perfect spiral there, even though they weren't able to come down with it.
He said Ferguson, one of the three that battled for it's the guy that throws at 100 miles an hour. Here's a touch pass to the corner. And they looked for Norris there. He could not come away. McGaskey over there on the coverage for Rice. So 4th down coming up here with 48 seconds to play in the half, and you're up by 23. What do you do, Jay?
Well, they're not confident in their kickers, but you're up 30-7. Allow your kicker in a situation where it doesn't really matter if he misses to have a kick, to get in game, to get comfortable. You know, and if he makes the kick, great. Now you're moving forward. You're building confidence because at some point you're going to need him.
Right. So this is Ryan Nuss, who will attempt his first career field goal from 38 yards. I've got a question for you afterwards, and I know you'll have an answer as Nuss can't get it to go. Your first kick in Michigan, you remember it?
I do. I missed it.
Who was it against?
It was against Colorado.
Was it?
Yes.
Right.
It was a 48-yarder on the right hash.
Right.
Not that I remember.
Let's look back, though, in all seriousness, at the snap and the attempt.
It was a good snap and a good hold. The ball's there. He gets too tight to the ball, and then he snaps across. He doesn't have a lot of room, and you're going to see the way this ball comes off. You know that he hit it on his ankle because the ball didn't come off end over end. Anytime you see right here on this angle the ball wobbling like that, you know that he hit it high up on his ankle and he didn't get a good kick. It's a work in progress for him.
I got to be honest, that this is our second year together, you, me, and John, and I love listening to you and watching you up here when you're getting into that. I mean, you're into the game anyway, but that thing is, when you're talking about the kicks, man, it's fun to watch.
You know, you do it for 25 years. It's a passion. I love the game. I love football. I love being around it.
It's awesome. So Rice has the ball, the dying seconds here of this first half, and they are going to have much to talk over in the locker room, as they're going to be down by 23 points. And Western Kentucky puts 30 on the board, and they lead 30-7 at the half. Western Kentucky, oh, by the way, they'll get the football to begin the second half. Jeff Brahms walking over. Tyler Stelling trots off. Brahms going to be chatting with our John Schriffen momentarily. The Hilltoppers will go into the room and they'll discuss. And they'll have much more positive to discuss than Will Rice. Here's John with Jeff Brahms.
Ben, thank you. Coach, the big question mark coming into the game, how would Mike White handle this offense? How is he doing?
Well, I think he's doing a great job. You know, we had full confidence in him. He's worked extremely hard. We've tested him well all throughout spring and summer and fall camp, and he's come out here and he's performed well. But really, it's been a team effort. The thing I was proud of is we've given great effort. We understand that we've got to go earn our respect. This is a new team, and I've seen that the first half.
Rice had that one nice scoring drive. They were able to move the ball. What did you do on defense to clamp down after that?
Well, I'll tell you what, during that drive, we had 2 pass interference calls on man coverage, and that hurt us. And we didn't get off the field on 3rd down. So we got to get back to making sure we don't give up the big play. I do like the effort we're giving. We got to find a way to come out in the second half and for 30 minutes play the same way.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Ben?
Thank you, John. End of the first half with the score, 30-7 Western Kentucky. After the break, we'll send you back to our CBS Sports Network studio in New York for the Verizon Halftime Report. Adam Zucker, Brian Jones, Rick Neuheisel, and Aaron Taylor. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Go big or go! College football is finally here, with action throughout the country, starting in Annapolis.
Yes, sir. Touchdown, Navy.
And ending out west. It all kicks off Saturday at noon on CBS Sports Network.
Appreciate the folks in our tape room, some of the moving pictures from the first half, putting that together, a look back at some of the key plays. Mostly Western Kentucky plays. We're inching closer to the start of the third quarter here in Bowling Green, our season opener here on CBS Sports Network. Great to see you. A pleasure and an honor to be with you alongside my broadcast partner, Jay Feely. John Schriffen on the field will join us momentarily. My name is Ben Holden. Jay, this looks like Western Kentucky that we've seen the last 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, they were a juggernaut last year. Ran through Conference USA. You know, 12-2. And it looks like the same team. And they had a quarterback. We didn't know how he would come in, how he would react, but they have weapons all over, an offensive line that all came back. It's an impressive first-half performance.
Very impressive. Mike White, all he's done is throw for over 350 yards.
So you're going to see Taywan Taylor in the slot. That's their playmaker at receiver. Watch this offensive line. Look at the protection they give him. Such a veteran offensive line, but Mike White has been poised and he's delivered balls when he has an opportunity, just dropping a dime. And then look at Taylor, lay out for his quarterback, catch that ball, haul it in. Just an offensive performance that really shouldn't surprise us, but it does surprise me, Ben.
2 for 89, including that highlight reel beauty. 5-hour energy first half stats. There's probably a lot that grabs your eyes. Is there something more so than anything else that catches your eye?
No, it's all about Mike White. 15 for 19, 355 yards in the first half. I mean, coming into your first game, sitting out for a year and being so sharp and so poised, just an impressive performance.
Those are our 5-hour energy first half stats. John Schriffen had a chance to catch up with David Bailiff, the Rice head coach. John, I'm very interested to hear what he told you. All right. I'm still interested to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I love listening to John.
I do too. What Bailiff
wanted to hear what Bailiff said. Listen,
we'll
you know
get
what?
Back to him.
I'll tell you what I think he probably said. Stay the course.
Yep.
Don't get frustrated. He's a very positive coach. Doesn't really get after those guys. You know, he said he was positive last year when they went through so many injuries. He knew they were coming in playing against a team that had a ton of weapons.
Yep. So we'll get back to John when we can. Second half is underway. Great to have you with us, wherever you're watching tonight here on our debut edition of college football here on CBS Sports Network. And we'll look at what the Hilltoppers did. Jay, the first two, not so good, but man alive, did they ever come alive.
It was slow, and then they exploded.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what they did. Now, you look at last year, 47 first-half touchdowns for this Hilltopper team. They come out, they come at you, and they come at you fast.
So White in the offense, they trot onto the field. Jay touched on his numbers. He's thrown for 355, 2 scores, 15 of 19. Is Mike White his first game here at Western Kentucky? And they get a short pickup here. The pitch and catch to Norris. Banks made the tackle. McGaskey in there helping out as well. And Mike White, the product of Fort Lauderdale. He's as shiny right now as that helmet. I love those helmets.
Oh, they're awesome. Everything's shiny and bright and going well right here for the last 2 years for Jeff Brom and his program.
Previous high for White was 311 in passing yards. We told you that late in the second quarter against Houston when he was at USF. He's going to add to it. We were here a couple of years ago on opening night. Brandon Doughty shattered about every record. I don't want to get too far ahead, but if White keeps this up, he might challenge some of those.
So Doughty against Miami of Ohio, his best first half. All the things he did, throwing for over 5,000 yards. Doughty's best first half, 381 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, the half that we just watched Mike White do, it's right there. It didn't have all the touchdowns, but it's right there.
And as a fan, Jay, in the years that we've come here and watched this team, especially under Jeff Brom, as they get a big pickup here, big pickup there from Wales, this is it. This is what they do. They're going to go at you. They're going to go at you quick like this.
He recruits playmakers, guys that they can get in space with the ball and attack you, and he wants a quarterback to run his system. He's confident in his system, and it's worked.
Here they go. More trickery here as White's going to throw it back, and pulling that off the turf somehow is Norris. Look at helping downfield blocking there. Big number 70, and Norris with a huge gain. He's stopped by Emmanuel Ellerby. There's that old line experience.
A little double pass, a flip, a little pass, throw it back. Makes a nice little grab. There was a lot going on in that play.
Bad tackle. 14-yard gain.
You can just picture Jeff and his brother Brian just sitting there drawing up plays.
Yeah.
They're going to look and see whether or not it hit the ground.
Right. I was going to say, do you think he...
It's hard to tell in live speed.
There's Brom looking on. Yep. So they'll review this, and our replay official tonight is Paul Schmidt. We look back. We'll look multiple times. Here we go with look one.
Little lateral, throws the ball. Here it comes in. Does it hit the ground? It's got his hands underneath it. No, it's a clean catch.
Yep. I love the block by Halpin, man. I mean, look at that.
Norris did a good job. What he did well right there, and that was number 18, Shaquille Johnson. He could have gone for a big block, and he would have hit him in the back. It probably would have come back in a penalty, and he just kind of got him with just a little shove.
Yep.
You're going to see Shaq Johnson coming in here with the block, the top of your screen.
There it is.
Right here.
Yep.
And instead of hitting him, he just kind of lets him go, and
After
that's smart.
review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Completed pass for a first down.
As we thought. So Norris 6 for 128 and a touchdown. It's a great point, though.
Well,
Smart play.
This is a young man who's getting his first time playing tight end. They had Tyler Higbee, who was an awesome tight end. I think he was the best draft pick for the Rams, and that's saying something because Jared Goff was there.
Yeah.
Jared Goff probably will become the best draft pick as the first overall pick, but Higbee's going to provide them something this year, but they need their tight ends to step up in this offense.
And Brom told us, obviously there was question about White, but I think right now those questions are being silenced, knocked away, and nearly, or is it? This one they'll have to look back. Is that intercepted by eBay? Did it hit the ground?
Now you're going to have pass interference. I think he got there a little bit early.
On Blasingame. Looking for Towner, who's their kickoff return guy, and he'll get some opportunity here.
Pass interference. Defense number 17.
All right, you're right, Jay. It was on eBay. Yep.
Automatic first down.
My apologies to Blasingame.
That's their free safety.
Yep.
He was coming in, trying to make a play, trying to be aggressive. Just got there a hair early.
So the ball spotted at the 26-yard line. We look back once again.
It was a very good break on the ball, just a hair early.
Fake. White getting it into the hands of Towner. That, just to correct that, it was Blasingame that was guilty of the penalty, just to make sure we're accurate. But they move on. Here go the Hilltoppers against first and goal. A 15-yard pickup for White in the offense. And there's an injured Rice player down. It is JT Blasingame, the senior out of Atlanta. Their defensive coordinator, who we had a great time talking to, Chris Thurman, last night, told us he's the most talented guy in their secondary, and they can ill afford to lose him tonight or any other night.
JT said he wanted to be more of a leader this year for this team. Not a lot of veteran guys. Only one senior, Alex Lyons, on this defense, a very young defense. JT is the other as a senior as well.
Appears to be all right.
Good to see him get up, maybe just a cramp.
There's Thurman, the DC, with a headset on. Bailiff putting his on there, the head coach. So the defense for this team in the white uniforms, they need to buck up and make a stop here. Thurman's well traveled. He's coached in about 9 different spots, I think. He mentioned to us last night, I said, what's your first coaching job? He said it was in Sand Springs, Oklahoma, an 8th grade team.
8th grade.
They went 7-2. So the formation here,
little wildcat.
It's going to be Nakarius Fant. Fant was looking to throw. I think that was the design of the play, don't you think, Jay?
I absolutely believe you're right.
Yep, but they sniff it out as White comes back in, as McGaskey sniffed it out.
You might ask yourself, up 30-7 coming out, you know, what are they doing? What's Jeff Brom and Brian Brom doing? Well, remember, they're playing Alabama next week.
Yeah.
So they're trying
point.
to put as much on film to make Alabama, Nick Saban practice, worry about.
Yeah.
They're trying to get all the kinks out, try all these different things and see what works.
White 19 of 23 for 405 and 2 touchdowns. On the ground here, little toss left side, and that is Marquez Trigg, a redshirt freshman, a home state product out of Glasgow, Kentucky. Stopped by Tamari McGaskey. First time we've seen Trigg in the game tonight carry the ball. Inside of 11 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Hilltoppers 2 of 5 on third down thus far in the game. And it's third and goal here, mind you, from the 12. White got plenty of time, flings it over the middle, and incomplete. Unable to come up with a catch with Shaq Johnson there. They'll bring on the field goal unit once again.
It's a ball that Shaq Johnson could have caught. It was a good throw by Mike White. Puts it where it needs to be. Perfect throw. He's got to come down with that ball, and that's where you miss a guy like Tyler Higbee.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, Brom said that was an area they really had to get some big play out of, and so they'll try another field goal attempt here, Jay.
Skylar Simcox, they're going to see if he can take over and grab this field goal kicking job.
Of course, they had a great one in Garrett Schwetman. Graduated 29-yard attempt, and Simcox looks like a young Jay Feely.
You referenced Schwetman. He set all the records here.
We were here when he did it last year.
Yeah, had a great career. He was a 4-year starter. That's part of the problem. They didn't have any other kickers that were scholarship guys. But he came through, made the kick when he needed to.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by great tasting 5-Hour Energy and by Acura, precision crafted performance.
That was 2 years ago. Back in 2014, it was Jeff Brom's debut, and this week in college football. August 29th of 2014, Brom made his debut. They won, did the Hilltoppers over Bowling Green, 59-31. They put up just a
only 702 yards.
40 first downs. Dowdy just torched everybody. And then let's look at tonight, Jay. We're 10:24 left in the third. Here is where they are now.
Jeff Brom is thrilled with the first half and what his offense had done, and really what his quarterback Mike White has done. They weren't really sure. I mean, let's be clear. They weren't sure what they were going to get, they didn't announce it until early this week that he was going to be the starter. It wasn't clear cut. It wasn't like it was a coronation. Hey, you come in, you're taking over. You transferred up here, you're the starter. That's not the way it went.
Yep.
He was competing with Tyler Ferguson up to a week ago.
What do you think Dowdy's going to watch? Because he probably DVR'd the game. He's playing tonight. What do you think he's going to think when he watches this back?
He's going to be proud of him. Look, he helped recruit him. He got him here. John Shiffrin told us that in his initial report.
Rice will get the football for the first time here in the third quarter. From the 6-yard line, they'll try to get a decent return here, but they get stopped in their tracks at the 24-yard line. Ben Holt, number 44, one of those in there on the tackle, the son of defensive coordinator Nick. So here's Tyler Stelling. First crack at it here in the second half, Jay. They got to get it going.
Yeah, Billy Lynch just needs to settle him down, say, hey, let's focus on us. And that's what you need to do here. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about what they're doing. Focus on what we're doing. Be efficient and execute our offense the way that we want to do it.
Bailiff looking on at his guys, so they go to work here from the 24 on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 5. They get the play off. Handoff is going absolutely nowhere to Derek Dillard. And Omar Bryant, oh my, clog in the middle there for Western Kentucky.
Another one of those transfers came over from Southwest Mississippi Community College, just getting explosion up the field, 6'3", 310 pounds. A guy that Nick Holt just loved the fact that he has become a man.
Loss of 5 on the play, 2nd and 15. Stelling floats it out there. Dangerous play and a great job to come away with that ball. They have gone to Parker Smith about a handful of times. That by far his best catch. He was an all-freshman conference player last year, and he makes a big play there.
Elevated, caught the ball at the highest point. Great job.
45-yard line, 1st and 10 now for Rice. Dillard. Haven't called his name a whole lot. He'll get a couple, and let's go back a couple of plays as Reeves made the tackle for the Hilltoppers.
I thought this ball was going to be intercepted, threw into double coverage here. It's a good throw, but better job by the receiver going up and catching the ball at its highest point.
Stelling 13 out of 21 for 112. He's got the pick. This won't be picked, out of bounds. Quick throw and a catch by German. He wanted to turn upfield, but just couldn't get the feet going that way. As a look at Stelling.
It hasn't been his fault that they've struggled. It's cumulative. It's everybody on that offense and the defense inability to stop the Hilltoppers offense.
3rd and 2 now. They need the 45. Dillard swings out. They're going to go right to him. Nowhere to go. Well, he gets away. A good effort. And they got to that ball in a hurry. McCollum had it sniffed out.
You're exactly right. He saw exactly what Rice was trying to do. Almost beat him to the ball. Yeah. You're going to see they're going to run a little swing pass, try to get it in the flat, pick up the first down. He just comes up, accelerates through it. All he's got to do is just be sure and make the tackle. But a good job getting up, rallying to the ball. That's a good defensive play.
Nick Holt said he needed him to be more dominant. He's been pretty dominant tonight. He's got 10 tackles now. That'll make him happy.
Again, they're 4th and 6 here, and you're punting again.
Fox on to kick it away. Fant gets the ball about the 18-yard line. Western Kentucky, it's their night so far on top of Rice here in the season opener, 33-7. Okay, so this was pregame tonight. You want to come out with a bang, you know, make a big boom, but you don't want this to happen.
Not quite like that.
I mean, the Hilltoppers just stumbling their way out. But that is really the only mistake, the only stumble, one would say, they've had tonight.
I'm going to put that on number 52, Adam Restula.
Of course you are.
You got to be able to run out the tunnel. If that was a kicker, you know, they'd be killing
Never hear the end of it.
That's right.
The kicker, man. I mean, right? I know you would never let that happen. Of course, we find the guy.
I'm sorry, Adam. We did get you on TV, though.
Right, he's on TV, and he's getting a lot of airtime. Everybody wants
kind of like the goatee.
That's a good look. If mine wasn't gray, I'd try to grow it, but I just can't seem to do that. So White comes on, and around here they're saying, bar none, this is the best debut any Western Kentucky quarterback has ever had. And the best one they've had play here is now in the NFL. And Brandon Dowdy, and Mike White's putting on a show. So after a 33-yard punt, no return, Western Kentucky goes to work, and they might go to work in a big-time way. Here goes Taylor, shoved out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 40-yard line.
Did you see that jump at the end?
Yes, I did. He is spectacular to watch.
6'1", 195-pound, a burner. He can run with anybody in the country, anybody in the NFL.
And he stuck the landing. 40-yard catch. He's had 3 catches. All of them have been 40 or more. I think somebody said he'd have 125 yards tonight.
That's a pretty good average.
Earlier in the week, right? Out of the I formation. Ben Holt was the fullback. Let's get you back to New York. Adam Zucker for an update.
Well, Ben, much like that Hilltopper tunnel exit, Tennessee was tripping over itself figuratively most of the night, trailing 13-6 when Josh Dobbs hooks up with Josh Malone, 67 yards to tie it at 13. We'll keep you posted, buddy.
Thanks, Adam. Great to hear your voice. Always enjoy watching Adam and the guys in our studio. Doing our best not to stumble. Western Kentucky's not stumbling at all except that entrance. And Taylor with another catch. eBay threw him out of bounds, but they moved the chains again.
You just can't let Taylor run free in your secondary. He's going to run by everybody. Nobody can keep up with him. But Mike White just does a great job. Watch him just sidestep, buy a little time, wait for his receiver to get open, deliver a nice little strike. It's just too easy for them right now.
6 minutes to play right now in this third quarter. Hilltoppers 33-7 lead. That was one of the things I thought was interesting was I don't think we've touched on this tonight, but was talking about how Taylor really didn't play a full game last year because of guys like Dangerfield and Grant, and now he's elevated. He's got to play more, right?
I referenced that a little bit in the open, but just briefly. Yeah, he didn't start half the game.
Right.
I mean, this is a guy who had 86 receptions, 1,467 yards, 17 touchdowns, and didn't start half the time.
He's got 4 for 156 tonight. And we've got a lot of game left. Here goes White. We've seen this play before. They throw it, and it is just simply dropped as Norris tried to run before he caught the ball. He'll want that one back. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
We talked about what his weaknesses were, because we talked about how great he is.
Oh, he's great, no doubt.
It was route running. Brandon Doughty said that.
Yep.
Jeff Brom said that. I even saw Taywan Taylor in an interview. He said that. That's what he worked on throughout this offseason, was being able to run more precise routes. Snap off the route at the top of the route, come back to the ball and catch the ball. He thought about leaving for the NFL, Ben. He went, looked at where he would be drafted, decided to come back, talked to Jeff Brom about it, came back.
Like he'd run out of his shoulder pads there. They dump it off here. Down inside of the 10-yard line goes Anthony Ace Wales. He's found the end zone once. He was forced out of bounds by Blasingame. Good to call his name. He's back in the game for Rice. So they go for it here. They're going to kick it. Looks like they're going to go for it, Jay.
They're thinking about it.
To the chagrin of the former NFL kicker to my right.
Now
here they come. They're trotting them on.
All right, you got 20 seconds. You're okay. You don't have to go to hurry-up field goal mode. That's Jeff Brum. He's a former quarterback. He wants to go for it all the time.
Of course, he wants 6.
But he knows, listen, I got to get my kicker confident in himself.
Can you imagine next week in Tuscaloosa?
Right, and they're going back to Nuss here to kick this ball, who missed the first one.
Yep, giving him another shot. 26 yards here, and he sticks it. Boots it through for his first career field goal.
Good for him. He's got to overcome a miss. That's part of being a kicker. You're going to miss kicks, but can you come back in the same game and make it? Western Kentucky rolling.
Welcome back here to Western Kentucky as the Hilltoppers lead Rice 36-7 right now. Let's focus time now for the Acura Driven to Succeed. We're going to focus on Derek Dillard. He comes from a very impressive family. His sister, Ty, played basketball at Texas, later playing in the WNBA. His brother, Jarrett, a wide receiver here at Rice, later played in the NFL. He is now a lawyer. But Derek, he is very impressive in his own right. The past 2 summers, he has interned with NASA working on spacesuits for astronauts. To give you an idea what a typical day was like for him these past 2 summers, he'd get up at 6 a.m., work out for 2 hours, go to work from 9 to 6, and then he'd be off at 10 p.m. after taking classes at night. Guys, his teammates told us he is so impressive, they would not be surprised if he ran for president one day.
Yeah, that was Alex Lyons that said that, right? We were huddled up talking to those guys.
Yes, and when Dillard started talking, Lyons also was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, John had the comment. He said, you're speaking a foreign language here, right?
That's right.
I think he did.
His work ethic was impressive. Getting up early to work out, then working all day, spending all day at NASA.
Well, Bailiff told us they had to change part of their routine to because he realized what he was doing. He was working like an 18-hour day, right? Good field position here for Rice at the 35-yard line. And here's his brother, Jarrett. He caught 60 career touchdowns, an NCAA record, played 4 seasons with the Jags and the Lions, and now he is a lawyer. It's a very impressive family. These young men from Rice, they're all impressive. The academic standards and what they study, it's like you saw with Derek Dillard, engineering and a lot of medical studies down at Rice. It's a great institution. Rice, 42 plays, 134 yards.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Right guard Peter Godber, the product of Toronto, and down writhing in pain is Connor Patterson. 6'4", 300-pound senior there, left guard.
Got hurt last year too.
Played the first 5 games last year. Let's look back, see if we can see what happened. No. Right leg.
Anytime you hear the whistle, yeah, he was trying to hold up. Defensive lineman doesn't know it. He's coming through him. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, they get him up. We'll take a short timeout. 4:21 to go in quarter 3. You hate to see that. Connor Patterson, the senior. Tomball, Texas, his hometown. They helped him off the field. We're going to get you an update as soon as we can from John. This game with 4:21 to go in the third quarter as Western Kentucky on top 36-7. Stelling stands in, now steps out, got a ton of room. Not his thing, but when you got that much real estate, he makes a smart play, avoids the hit, gets out of bounds. First down, Rice.
He runs pretty well. He's done a good job when there's been space. An opportunity presented itself. He's done a good job of being decisive and going and taking the yards that you can get. Like the fact that he didn't take an unnecessary hit there.
Last year against Western Kentucky came on as Davis on the ground. Doesn't get a whole lot, about 1.5 yards as McCollum made the tackle, but came in that game, was 11-19 for 50, or 150 I should say. Yep. 150 and was sacked a couple times. So,
you know, it's interesting to hear Coach Bailiff say that he was a little comfortable as a backup. Like they didn't really like that, but as soon as he was named the starter, that he took over this team, that he kind of became a leader. They loved what they saw from him.
He has their 2 longest runs of the game as flags fly here. It's a
false start. Number 3, offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Juwan Davis. So his 2 runs, Jay, 13 and 20 yards. Not what Rice wants when they got 2 guys that have played a lot of football in Dillard and Davis.
No, but they were both good plays. They were plays where the option was there to run. He took it. He was decisive. One of them, he gained a first down.
From the 45, it's 2nd and 13 now. Has time, now flings it out, and a nice throw. Did he get his feet down? That's the question. Yes! Beautiful job.
Great catch. I don't think he got his feet down as much as they're saying he would have been down in bounds, and they forced him out. You're going to see great throw, drops it up in the air, catches it. Oh, he did get it down.
Yeah, the
just
right
nicked.
foot.
Yep.
It's a heck of a play. And Stelling and Maiden, they're going to look at this, it looks like. Those guys connected a couple years ago in South Bend on a series. They each complete. Well, it was his first completion and Maiden's first catch. Are they going to look at this, or they just? They're over talking top of your screen about the 35-yard lines where the referee. It's like he's talking to Brom over there. There he is.
You were talking about their first connection.
Yeah.
53
previous
yards.
play of a completed catch for a first down is under review.
Okay, they're going to look. I think it's going to stand. We
I
agree
did
on
too.
that?
I saw some of the black stuff come up as the foot was coming down and nicked it, and then they hit him, and then they pushed him out of bounds.
Right. So Rodney Burnett will grab the headset there. Paul Schmidt, the replay official. Right foot looked down. It's a 22-yard completion as it stands now. As they look back at this down to our right up here on
the
press
officials
row.
talked about it as well. You're going to see the right foot right there.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
They made it easy.
That was a quick
tonight.
review.
Yeah. Two of them. They both.
That's the way it should be. Look, if it's definitive, go in there, look at it. Okay, we got the right call. Let's play ball.
Right. As a fan, I won't lie. The last couple of years, some of the reviews have driven me crazy. Just because of the length of time it takes. In that one, like you say, boom, it's done. Let's make it more efficient. First and 10 from the 33 with 2:45 to go in the quarter. Stelling. Maiden. Nope, incomplete.
Big hit.
Popped back there in a big-time fashion by Brandon Leston. He's played a ton of football for Holt's defense.
Good break on the ball. Went down. Made a low tackle there. That ball could have been caught. He didn't catch it clean, and then Leston came in and made sure he wasn't going to catch it.
He's another transfer. This one into space, wide open as Maiden gets it wrapped up and dropped about the 22-yard line. It was Joe Brown. He's had a busy night. Made the tackle there. Weston. We talked about some of the other guys transferring in. He's a transferred in, not as high profile as some of the other guys from Presbyterian. Here goes Stelling, taken off and into the end zone. Tyler Stelling with a burst, and he houses one for the Rice touchdown.
Another nice run for Staling. Design run, coming around the corner and accelerating through the defense. Nick Holt's defense late to recognize what was going on. Third run by Stelling and third effective run.
Got the touchdown there for 60 yards on the ground. And it's 36-14 now. So Rice needed that as we look back.
Just a little quarterback keeper. Go with the play action to freeze the linebackers. Staling showed a little bit of move there.
And around Brom, the first guy, and did the rest.
You got to be able to come up and make that play. You can't hesitate in the backfield as a defender. Something Nick Holt's not going to be happy with.
So there's Connor Patterson, was injured at the start of that drive. Godber there on the left. Fine young Canadian talking to him. Let's get down to John Schriffen, who's got an update on big number 71. John.
Well, unfortunately, some bad news for the Rice Owls. It looks like Connor Patterson is done for the day. He was really emotional when they helped him off the field and onto the training table. In fact, defensive end Grayson Shantz actually came over, spent a moment with him, was consoling him. His right knee brace is off right now. They're saying it is a lower leg injury. Once again, Connor Patterson is done for the day. Guys.
All right, and the first guy that went over, Jay, after that scoring drive was Tyler Stelling, the quarterback, to Patterson. Leadership shown there by him in more ways than one. Look out here. This is trouble for Rice, and they get Towner. He gets over the midfield stripe down at the 45. Destry White saved a touchdown from one of the most dangerous return guys in Conference USA.
Towner averaged 23.7 last year per return. Watch him set it up and then cut back, see a hole, great vision. If he goes outside, I think he scores, Ben. He cut back to the middle, and the whole alley was open there, but a nice return. Good job. His long was 98 against La Tech. He could have beat that if he went outside.
53 on that one. So White trots on again here for Brom with 2:01 to go in the third. (36-14) lead for the Hilltoppers. White, plenty of time, flings it, catch made. First down to the 31. Nakarius Fant with a grab. Ben Holt there to help him up. They move the sticks, and a stop made by B.J. Banks, who's had a ton of tackles tonight. So 100 seconds to play in the quarter. Do you keep White in once the fourth hits? What do you do?
Maybe for a drive. I mean, you got to be sure that he's healthy. He's had a great outing. He's done everything you hoped he would do, and you just don't want to get him injured.
They go on the ground here. And they get back to the line of scrimmage. Good work by Rice on the defensive front there by Ellerby. And here's what we were talking about, Jay. Stelling, after he ran that touchdown in, goes over to his starting left guard and says, "Hey, bro, I got you."
That's good leadership, and that's what, you know, Coach Bailiff talked about when he became a leader, when he became the starter. That's what you want to see out of your leaders. Tough for Connor Patterson. He's the strongest man on that football team.
White rolls. Good throw, good catch. There's Taylor. Handful of grabs for Taiwan tonight. Well north of 150 yards in the ball game. At the 22-yard line now. It's third and a yard.
They went through this a lot last year where they built big leads, scored a lot of points in the first half, and they rarely took Dowdy out. He played a lot of games, put up a lot of points, a lot of yards. Jeff Brom not afraid to continue to play his starting quarterback.
White's approaching 500 through the air. Not going to add to it here. Gives off to Wales on a little delay to the 18-yard line. He's got the first down as J.P. Thompson made the tackle for Rice. Should be the final play of the quarter. Time expires. We played 3 quarters, so Jeff Brom's guys on top 36-14. Season opener here on CBS Sports Network. These two teams have the 4th to go. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico.
Out, making great grabs, being able to bring those ball in. And what he does best, running by people, get him the ball in space and let him accelerate. If you give him room, he will run by anybody. He's going to give Alabama problems next week.
So he's got 5 for 165. He's been targeted 7 times. How good do you think this guy is?
I think he's one of the best receivers in the country. The fact that he had the record-setting year, set records with receptions, yards, touchdowns, and didn't even start half the games last year, he could have a monster year.
Mike White is having a monster night in his Western Kentucky debut. He's 2 yards away, folks, as they toss it here to the left side to Marquez Trigg. White at 498 through the air tonight. It would be, if he does it, the 3rd time a Western Kentucky quarterback has thrown for 500 or more, and Brandon Dowdy is the guy that's done it twice.
I'm going to bet he's going to do it. It's a pretty safe bet.
Yes.
He's been spectacular. He really has.
False start. Offense number 19. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
A little more calmer demeanor there from Brom, but still won't make him happy.
Coaches hate when receivers get full start penalties because you're not going on the snap count. You're looking in at the ball and you're going when the ball moves. And you can hear one of the coaches say, I want to know how our receiver could be offside.
Brom 11-1 at home. His team has won 12 straight against Conference USA opponents. Beautiful throw. There's 500 and another touchdown. That one to Norris. You can't throw it any better than that.
Perfect, because you don't want it up high. That's where it can get picked. They're running a little skinny post. Norris beat him right off the line. He was wide open. Mike White delivered a perfect ball down low where your receiver can catch it. Just beautiful. I mean, he's just playing flawless. Fun to watch.
Nice sally there from Norris and Taylor. 59 seconds into the 4th quarter, and the Hilltoppers have put 40 plus on the board. Trying to make it 43. So White, 25 of 31. He's the 3rd guy to pass, well, 2nd guy, 3rd 500 plus yard passing game. Dowdy has done it 2 times, 517 and 3. Here's a look back at his 3rd touchdown, Jay. A thing of beauty.
Look at that pretty ball down low where his receiver can go get it. Great job by Norris hauling it, but Mike White, so impressive.
14:01 to play in the game. All Hilltoppers here on opening night 2016 on CBS Sports Network. The latest touchdown coming here.
You're going to see right here Norris going to run a skinny post, just run right by the defender. But watch this pass by Mike White. Steps up, clean pocket again, but delivers a perfect strike down low where his receiver can catch it. Just flawless. Look at this ball. I mean, no one else can catch it but Norris. It's exactly where it wants to be. It's on time. He has been spectacular. Norris. If he had any questions, Ben, I'm sorry, if he had any questions about whether or not it was the right decision to transfer and to sit out a year, he doesn't have any now.
No. I was just going to say Norris with 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, it looks
easy.
Pretty much the same as it's been in the 3 years we've been coming down here. So the Hilltoppers set to boot it away. Rice unable to muster much of any offense to this point. Just the 2 touchdowns. Stelling took in the last one. See what they can do on this possession. Gathering the kick. And they'll have it there, 1st and 10 upcoming. Thursday Night Football is back, and it kicks off Thursday, September 15th on CBS and NFL Network. The New York Jets pay a visit to old coach Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills, both looking for primetime magic. Football starts here Thursday nights on CBS and NFL Network. And Brian Brom, he knows a thing or two about the Bills.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, one of his old teammates.
You will be there too, man. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited to be down the sideline for Thursday Night Football. Love it.
We're all happy for you.
My old team, the Jets, my old coach, Rex Ryan. I'll know a lot of the guys down there.
It's tailor-made. I'll be watching. I'll be texting you.
I'm sure you will.
So Stelling, 2nd down and 6 coming up from the 28-yard line. Pressure, and Stelling just chunks this one out of there. Wright was in the neighborhood, but they got good pressure, and Bryant and those guys up front and getting after him pretty good there.
One of the things that David Bailiff told us was, he said, I always like when you play a tougher opponent first because they expose you. Well, that certainly happened here tonight.
Yep.
But he kind of knew that was going to happen, possibly, but he wanted to find out where his team was at and then make the corrections going forward.
We'll see Rice next week. It'll be our first trip, you, me, and John, up to the banks of the Hudson, as they'll take on Army at noon next Saturday. Here they take a shot downfield, knocked away, broken up. Nice job back there in the secondary.
A little underthrown. He had his receiver who had a step, wasn't able to deliver. It's the first time he's really underthrown a receiver. You could see Tyler not happy with himself. He knew he had an opportunity there and just didn't throw a good ball.
Rivera Johnson there on the coverage. Fox is on to kick it away here as Fant will be the deep man. Dangerous weapon is Nakarius Fant. Made some plays tonight. Sends Fant back to the 19-yard line where he takes it on the run, and good job getting down there as they bury him under at the 15-yard line. We'll see the Western Kentucky offense when we come back to Bowling Green.
Look at the touch, look at the ball, dropping it exactly where it needs to be. Throwing a ball that's catchable, like Jeff Brom talked about to us. In the right locations, where the ball should be, away from the defenders. Just a spectacular night for Mike White.
So 517 for him. Brandon Dowdy against Middle Tennessee State threw for 593. He threw for 569 against Bowling Green. So he's got a fancy new hat. Still looks like he's about 18 years old, as Tyler Ferguson is now in to replace him. And as you said, probably a series, and White would be out in the fourth. So Ferguson will get a little work here, and he'll keep it on the ground. They hand it off there to Marquez Trigg.
Ferguson was a transfer from Louisville, competing with Mike White for the job. He throws a really hard ball. He's got a strong arm, has to be able to control it, make it catchable for the receivers. That was kind of the difference between the two of them.
Third stop in his college career for the product of Bakersfield, California. Penn State and Louisville. Also played a year of junior college ball. He's
been around.
He's like a professional guy. He's all over the place. Here he goes. Flings it out there, and it is caught. It is caught. Beautiful catch. Outstanding throw. Big arm there for Ferguson. First down, Hilltoppers.
You saw the big arm. It's just plug and play. You know, whatever quarterback they put in,
Will Bush,
they step into this offense and they're able to deliver because the receivers get behind the defenders and they make plays.
Bush with a catch, the redshirt sophomore out of Louisville. 35-yard pitch and catch. A 49, just inside of 12 minutes to play in the game. Trigg, good feet to get outside, but he is tracked and dropped. Good work there by eBay. He's been all over the joint tonight. Makes a good stop there.
Thought he could get outside, made a nice little cut, but a good job to come up, make the tackle. You got to be impressed, Ben, with the job that Jeff Brom has done here.
Absolutely. Quentin Baker was on the carry. My apologies. Number 3, he's 4th on their depth chart. Brom looks on, wants to see how Ferguson responds here and what he can do. He's going to chuck one deep and knocked away over the top. They were looking to Lucky Jackson. And Ferguson can't convert. D'Angelo Ellis on the coverage.
Lucky Jackson's got a step. Ball's a little bit behind. Did he get there too early? You could have called that. No flag.
I like the call.
You could have called it. He got his arm in there. He bumped him, made contact before the ball.
Hilltoppers 3 of 8 on 3rd down. Play clock down to 2. Ferguson gets it off. And once again, that's Quentin Baker. So 4th down coming up. Derek Brown on the stop for Rice.
It'll be interesting to watch this Hilltoppers team, Ben, go down and play Alabama. Play the number 1 ranked team in the country, the defending national champion.
The game's not over.
I love it.
Obvious pass interference. And you saw it too.
Jeff agreed with me, not with you, Ben.
That's okay. Got to fight for his guys, right? Punt team has not seen a lot of work in the last couple of years for Western Kentucky. They don't punt much. Brom's still working the refs. A little more than 10 minutes to play. Guys in red are all over Rice.
Adam Zucker in New York. It went to overtime in Knoxville. 3rd and goal for Tennessee. Josh Dobbs gets a helmet in the rib and fumbles on the goal line, but Jalen Hurd recovers for the touchdown. App State needs to answer. 4th down, Taylor Lamb to the end zone, broken up by Micah Abernathy for the win. Jay, your Wolverines still have exclusive holdings on losing to App State.
Thanks a lot.
You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. Huge.
A fumble,
avoiding an embarrassment,
recovering it to survive.
Yeah, that would have been a bad one for Butch Jones and his guys.
Sure would have. Their aspirations, everything that everybody's talked about. Sometimes, though, you get all this hype in the offseason, you start to believe your press clippings. You think you're playing somebody like App State. They got Virginia Tech next week. They better play a whole lot better.
Yep. A lot of pressure on Butch Jones. Up the road, or down the road, I should say, from here, south of here, down in Knoxville. So we've got 9.5 to play in this game, and the defense right now for Western Kentucky on the field. And Jay, we've touched on it a couple of times. Brom's guys will play in Tuscaloosa next week. The defense is really going to be the area that they're going to be pushed.
That's where Alabama's so strong, in the trenches, being able to run the ball. But I think the experience of Western Kentucky's offensive line will help them. It's whether or not their defensive line can hold up to that Alabama rushing game. Whether they can contain defensively the great freshman receiver Calvin Ridley from Alabama. On all the weapons that they have, do you have the ability to keep it close enough for your offense? Nice rush off the edge there, getting to the quarterback.
Devontae Duclos, Nick Holt there.
Nick Holt likes to play drop 8. You saw it a lot today.
Yeah.
He said nobody in the country played more drop 8 than him.
Yeah.
You can't play drop 8 versus Alabama. You put 3 defensive linemen on that line,
Good luck.
They are going to run the ball all day long.
Home run after home run. Fox out of the end zone again. Fant directing traffic. Hit the Rice player at the 47-yard line. We got 8:15 remaining in the ball game. All Hilltoppers on top of Bailiff Skies from Houston, 43-14.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. By Bud Light. Raise one to right now. And by Allegra Gel Caps. Not just fast, Allegra Fast. Starts working in 1 hour. Use as directed.
I'm glad to see the mascots recovered after you wiped it out yesterday at midfield.
Sometimes you got to make a tackle.
That's on CBS Sports and Twitter and Facebook, all over the place. We were talking about Alabama taking on Western Kentucky next week, and well, the Crimson Tide, they begin the season with the longest active win streak in the country.
Which would be appropriate considering they're the defending national champion.
Yeah, and then San Diego State and Western Kentucky. Tennessee's up to 7 now. They dodged a bullet.
You know, the last loss for Western Kentucky was the last time they went down and played an SEC team.
Yep.
LSU, they lost 48-20. We're kind of in that game in the first half. You see the schedule here.
Yep.
Big game next week. Great opportunity. It's a recruiting opportunity for Jeff Brom to talk about that. The big games here, though, you see at Middle Tennessee, that's a big game. At Marshall, those are the games that are going to determine whether or not they defend as Conference USA champs.
No question about it. 8:15 remaining in this one. Nice job blowing that play up by Rice. Getting in there was J.P. Thompson. So they continue to give the ball to Quentin Baker here. Nice play by Thompson, though, to come up and make it. Ferguson came in his second series now. Mike White calmly on the sideline, taking a stroll. 5:17, big night for him in his Hilltopper debut.
It was not an easy training camp for him. Jeff Brom told us he was hard. He was tough on him. Got after it. Said maybe I was even a little too hard on him.
Yeah. I'm sure Brom, nice run here, is breaking free. Goes Baker. Can he get away completely? No. But he gets another 7 or 8 yards before Ellis dropped him. So Quentin Baker showing him something here in the fourth quarter.
Here's that offensive line we talked about. Watch this hole that they're going to create right here. Just a nice gap, and what Baker does well there, he doesn't dilly-dally, Ben. He sees the hole and he hits it, explodes through it, then gets to the second level, picks up a bunch of more yards.
Yep, 39 yards on the run. We got a timeout on the field.
Baker running through arm tackles. That's not good defense there. Step in, make a tackle, put yourself in front. You can't bring down good running backs with your arm alone.
Stretch it out. Not sure who it is, so we won't speculate.
83, you don't even have a name.
Ellerby, Emmanuel Ellerby. Cramped up, and he'll get off and get some attention on the sidelines. 7:08 to play in this opening night contest. Temple and Army tomorrow night here on CBS Sports Network. Matt Rule's guys will go against Jeff Monken's gang from Philadelphia. 7 o'clock kick here on our network.
Temple had a great year last year, undefeated much of the year.
Back on your feet.
They bring back a lot of their guys as well. Quarterback, running back.
P.J. Walker, we saw them once last year. Charlotte in a Friday night game, I believe it was. So Baker continues to get the football here. They've given him a lot of opportunity the last 2 possessions, and he's making good of it.
They want to keep Furby and Wales fresh. You know, they're letting a lot of the young guys play. They deserve it. They work just as hard as everybody else all through camp. When they get the opportunities, give them a chance to shine, show what they can do, develop young guys.
Yep.
But keep your other guys fresh, because guess what? You're going down to Alabama.
I was going to say they're going to need the Thunder combination of.
They're going to need everything.
Yeah,
it's all hands on deck.
They need Furby didn't get a whole lot of action tonight. Wales had a good night, productive night for him. run here down to the 14-yard line. So Baker 9 carries now and 42 yards. Yeah, well, Furby had a carry for a yard, so he should be fresh.
I think they felt like, and then they kind of alluded to this, that they had a speed advantage, that they felt like they were faster, that their athletes were better, and you saw that. We're going to spread them out. We're going to get a ball to our playmakers, our quick guys in space, and we're going to hit you on shots down the field.
That's what they've done. They've done it well under Jeff Brom, now in his 3rd year. Tyler Ferguson with time, going to bring it back this way. Dangerous play. Blasingame was there on the coverage as they went to Shaq Johnson.
Tried to run the throw back there. Roll your quarterback to the right. Bring your tight end across the field. It wasn't there. There was actually room in the middle. He could have hit his receiver running a post. They're going to continue to work on their kicking game, though, Ben. It's an area of concern. They had 4 kickers that they gave us that were possible going to play. Nuss is 1 for 2. He missed a kick earlier, 38-yarder.
Yep.
Simcox made a kick. This is who they feel is the most consistent right now.
31-yard attempt is up and through. He bangs that one through, and it's 46-14 with 5:12 to play in the game. And let's go big picture. Look at that guy.
Well, when you talk about who are going to be the final 4 teams, you got Deshaun Watson, Heisman hopeful, wants to come back, so close to winning a national championship. Michigan, I feel like they're going to be got the best defense in the country, and a great receiver, great tight end. Questions there at quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, the best all-around player in college football, could win a Heisman this year, could have won it last year, breaking Barry Sanders. And of course, how can you go away from Alabama?
You can't.
You know, 4 of the last 7 national championships, the defending national champion, continue to put out player after player into the pros. They are a juggernaut. Nick Saban has done an unbelievable job of building that program.
They play USC Saturday in Arlington.
Big game.
You think Lane Kiffin's going to want to run the score up? So that's how they start. And Cole's got it teed up with 5:12 remaining. Six plays, 35 yards, 303. So this Hilltopper offense has looked like it's looked the last 2 years under Jeff Brom. Tonight on opening night. Second time we've been here in 3 seasons on opening night, and they have absolutely lit it up here tonight. There's the head coach watching his guys. First time they've scored 45 or more in 5 straight games.
The best thing that Western Kentucky did this offseason was sign Jeff Brom to an extension.
Yeah.
You know, I said earlier I thought he might take one of those premier jobs. And when you look at coaches who can develop quarterbacks who have had success, you know, he's at the top of that list. Played in the NFL, can develop NFL quarterbacks. But he signed an extension through 2019. They have their coach. He said, I love it here.
Yeah.
He said some interesting things, too.
Stelling dropped it, but got it right back.
About why he stayed. You know, he said, when I was a player in the NFL, I asked for my release one time, and I was granted it because I thought I'd have a better opportunity. And in retrospect, he said it was a mistake. I've been there. I did the same thing myself. And so he said, I'm not just going to take a job to make some more money or to move up a little bit. If I do it, it'd be for the right job, the right situation.
Right. His experience, what he did in college and in the NFL, I think is a great benefit.
Huge.
So
not only to his players now, Ben, but also in recruiting. I mean, why do you think Mike White wanted to leave as a 2-year starter from USF and come here and sit out? Because I want to play for Jeff Brom. Because I want him to develop me, hopefully, into an NFL quarterback.
Brother Brian's here too, and
another asset. I mean, they want to surround themselves with quarterbacks coaches.
Yep.
Brian Ellis, their wide receiver coach, is a former quarterback as well.
Home state guy is Brom and all of his family. Louisville, they've got their names all over the record books to Jeff and Brian from their work in college. Made with a catch there. We're inside of 4 minutes to go here. 13-yard pickup. Rice trying to put together a drive here to, for their sake, end this thing on a positive note.
They're trying to build, Ben. Yeah, they're trying to build. They're trying to continue drive by drive, series by series to get better.
They'll fly home. They get home about 4 a.m. Houston time tomorrow morning. And then they'll head to New York to take on Army next week in search of their first win. Dillard, as they will take on Monken and the Black Knights next Saturday at noon.
Such a special place.
It is.
Up there at West Point. Chris Thurman, D coordinator for the Owls. Big history buff. He's excited to go up there.
Nice block there by the tight end for Rice.
Excellent block.
Outstanding
like
work.
the play design. They throw a little swing pass, get the tight end who's spread out wide to come back, get a little cleanup block.
There's Chris Thurman. That was Robbie Wells, who I must mention is the second cousin of Jim Nance. Had to get that in.
The consummate professional, Jim Nance.
Drive continues. Stelling with a pump. Now he's going to fire it. Maiden's out there and knocked away. Nice job to knock that away as Maiden was the target.
It's a good ball by Staling, too. It was there, but just a better play defensively. His receivers got, you know what, he just dropped it. I thought he got a hand in there.
Yeah.
That he dove and got a hand in there. His receiver just dropped. That should have been a touchdown.
It was A.J. Jackson there.
He's got to make that play.
The DB. I'm sure Holt will remind him of that. Stelling to the other side. Zach Wright again. Wells over there trying to block. 6'6" and 270 he is. Out of Katy, Texas. So Rice with 2.5 to play here, trying to put together a late drive, but they need 8. They need the 37 to convert. Dillard, motion man. Stelling, little pressure, gets away. He's done a great job running the ball tonight. Did he get the first down? He did. Looks like he got it, right?
Pretty close.
Tripped
Depends
up
on
on
where
Ben
they
Holt.
spotted it. That's something the Black Knights are going to have to worry about. He showed the ability to run when he has space. When they don't leave somebody home in that linebacker area, he's going to take off and run with it.
Dillard's got it.
Really better than I thought, man.
Yeah, he looks good.
I didn't think he would run the ball much. He's ran and ran effectively.
Evan Sawyer, the stop on that last run. It's good flow. It's good hockey here. It's good hockey here. Stelling on 2nd and 5 here from the 32. 9 carries, 71 yards for him, and a touchdown. Make sure you stick around and join our guys in the studio, our panel of experts. They bring you up to speed on everything you need to know from the gridiron around the nation inside college football.
There is no
Coming up
play.
next.
The substitution did not get completed.
The 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Brian, Adam Zucker and all the guys in there to talk things over from tonight and certainly to look ahead to the weekend. A huge weekend to kick off the 2016 season.
Timeout, Rice. That's their first full timeout.
Rice wants to talk it over on 3rd and 2 with 1:16 to play in the game. We'll take a timeout as well as Rice talks it over. We'll be back for the final 1:16 after this. Minute 16 to play in the game. 46-14 is the score, and here's what Rice has. We've mentioned the game against Army next week. Noon kick right here.
Couple tough games coming up there.
Yeah, they got a
Baylor after Army. You look down at the bottom of the screen. They got to go play Stanford.
And the ball knocked loose, and it's incomplete though. It's incomplete. They went to right. Green was involved in the play for Western Kentucky, but it's blown dead. It's 4th and 2 upcoming. 1:11 to play in the game. There's Nick Holt. He'll have him fired up next week down in Tuscaloosa.
I would sit there and listen to his speech.
Oh, I'd love to be down next to him or near him on the sideline.
Absolutely.
During a game. I mean, it would be high quality entertainment. He's intense, he's passionate, he's got it all going on. Joan Davis gets the first down to the 26-yard line, stopped by Duclos.
Had his son playing for him at linebacker. This is his first game that he hasn't been playing. Said a little bit sad not having him there.
But he's got younger son Ben.
That's right.
Who is one of their linebackers. He's in the game now, and he also plays some fullback for him. Stelling can't get away. Took a heavy hit there as he went down to the 24-yard line.
How cool is that as a dad to be able to get to coach 2 of your sons in college football?
That's their second. 30-second timeout.
Here's Stelling on that last play. Right there, took the shot up high. Rice takes another timeout here. 49 seconds remaining. And there's Holt.
It's in his 4th season here as the defensive coordinator for Western Kentucky.
Oh, he's going.
Passionate. Gets after it. He said his motto was that keep it simple, especially early, play fast, sound tackling. For the most part, they've done that here tonight.
Yep. He told us, we mentioned it earlier, but he said we looked the part, now we got to play the part. So far, they've done a good job here this season. 14 points allowed. Stelling. Can he get away? Yes. Stelling down to, they're going to spot him out at the 12-yard line. So the drive continues for Rice as they try to end this game on somewhat of a positive note.
It's probably the thing they've done most effectively tonight is Stelling running the ball after he's dropped back and not found anything downfield. It is Nick Holt's 3rd season. I said 4th, 3rd season, the whole staff.
16th play of the drive. Looks to the end zone, and it is intercepted. Nick Holt, his guys come up with a big one there. The takeaway, it is intercepted by A.J. Jackson. Made a big play earlier on this drive for Rice, and he ends the drive in the end zone, Jay, with a pick.
Tyler's taking a shot here. You got to do that. But look at this elevation going up, catching the ball like a receiver at the highest point. If he doesn't go up and get that, that ball is going to be caught for a touchdown. Great job by Jackson, and Nick Holt loves it. So does the young man next to him.
2 turnovers for Rice. So victory formation here for Western Kentucky. 1 snap. So that is the ball game as Jeff Brom gets the victory. 46-14.
It's Jeff Brom's son there.
Brady.
Who was fired up next to Nick Holt.
13th straight win against a opponent in the conference, and they're in Conference USA. It's the longest conference win streak in the FBS. So a terrific win and a great way for Western Kentucky to begin the season. They get the win, and Jay, we talked about it at the outset of the show. They get the win in conference. John Schriffen down with a star offensively, star of this game, Mike White. John.
Oh, a star indeed, Mike. Congratulations. You know, early on it looked like a defensive battle, but then you just went off, throwing for more than 500 yards. The best debut by a Western Kentucky quarterback ever. What did you tweak early on to really get it going?
I think it was just kind of settling in, and our veterans on the offense kind of helped. They came to me and told me to just settle down. You got this, and it starts up front. Those guys up there are just tremendous. I've said it from day one since I got here. I've never been around such a good group and our talented skill players. It's just when you're a quarterback, it's easy. You just got to get it to these talented guys, and they take care of the rest.
After a night like tonight, how confident are you now going into Alabama's house next week, playing the #1 team in the country?
You know, we're always confident whether we play with someone in the conference or out of conference. I think we just got to go in there and just take what they give us and just keep doing what we've been taught to do.
Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
So John Schriffen with Mike White And the Hilltoppers get the victory here on opening night, 46-14. For Jay Feely, John Schriff, and all of our hard-working crew, appreciate their efforts. My name is Ben Holden. Thanks for watching. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We say good night from Bowling Green, Kentucky, where it was a big night for the Hilltoppers on opening night. We now send you back to our New York studio for Inside College Football. Adam Zucker, Brian Jones, Rick Neuheisel, Aaron Taylor, they're standing by with that.